What happened to the mods? I got rid of most of the mods. Also, everything's backwards today because I'm using the front-facing camera because I'm a dumbass. So hang on a second. Who's a dumbass? I'm a dumbass. Take a look at the wall real quick. Let me clean this. So mods. I eliminated a lot of my mods in order to see if it affected the algorithm. And we'll see what happens. By the way, yeah, after I made the video talking about how light I made the trigger on the Gerson, it also turns out that I have it so crazily set up that the reset doesn't work right. It works, but you don't feel it at all because it's too tight to the gun. But yeah, take a look at that. An alien! A Grandmaster! A Glock! One of these things is not as good as the other. One of these things has an ugly mother. What are you doing at the dealership, bro? Grandmaster. Yo wants some chicken to go. Absolutely, give me that chickens. Look at all the chickens. Also, look at all the magazines. All these magazines interchange between the STI and my Gersons. So this is an original STI mag. This is a Checkmate mag. Basic maintenance, washing and oil changes. That's a good job to have, actually, man. It's a good way to start. Get you into the door. Look at that. 9 fuckers watching. Starting later didn't help either. But yeah. So we've got the Grandmaster, the Master Grands, the Lagwo Allion, and the RX Alpha 1. It's basically a 226. Wait, really? Because I'm not looking at the screen? Let's see what happens if I reverse it. There we go. We'll see what happens. Everything's backwards tonight. Everything's backwards. I like looking at myself. Also, I have a gray hair right there, and it's really... This is what you come here for, right? What is up with today, man? Hey, guys! Hello! Hello! You guys like my guns? You like my guns? Good, because I'm working on my other gun room right now. I'm changing everything up. How are you? How are you? You doing good? Also, this reverse camera gets more of the shit on screen for some reason. I don't know why. That's weird. But come in. Say hi. 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 All my guns are backwards. Everything's backwards. Icarus Precision's making frames for the RXM Fire Control Group. Yes, I have seen it. It's a pretty cool looking design too. Icarus Precision makes the aluminum frame pretty good. Far out, checking in up close. You're in close and backwards. What's a Walther PPK versus the Smith & Wesson 2011? What is a Smith & Wesson 2011? Smith & Wesson 2011. I don't know what that is, bro. Come on in, kids. Get your asses in here. I decided to start later to try to make you guys feel better. That was water. It's a double stack 1911. Smith & Wesson makes a double stack 1911? Since when? How long has this been going on and I wasn't aware? Smith and Wesson double stack 1911. Nero, what's up?
Let's see, a 9mm subcompact that holds 8 rounds. Is that the one you're talking about? The Pro Series? Hey, Cats, what's going? I almost flipped you off. I am so sorry about that. Sorry about that. Nope, because that's single stack. Sorry, JPEG. I'm not familiar with a double stack 2011 style gun from Smith & Wesson. Paul, hey, I started both earlier and later. Like I said last stream, I'm starting at 10. Wow, the color correction's already fluky. I'm turning this around. That Glock shirt, Lamau. Yeah, I thought I'd wear it with irony in mind. So, there we go. There we go. Trying to get it organized. Come on in, kids. 8 rounds don't sound very double stacked to me. It's not. It's a single stack. Bryce, hello. How are you today? Some people are getting their mod status back. Some of you can shuka my bing bong. Also, according to the website, Smith & Wesson claims that their subcompact weighs 50 ounces. Something tells me that's wrong. Something tells me that number's a little bit wrong. Saw a Mexican say he was going to 7-Eleven. What is wrong? Not sure. Mirror stream. Yeah, so I had it set to front-facing camera, and it automatically flips it. RG, what is up? Yeah, I don't care. I'm putting some of my mods back. You, and then one other guy will get it back. There you go. Keep watching, but hang out. McManus says he's probably not coming in because he's getting some trim. How much trim he's getting, something tells me he's probably catching, but whatever. Let me turn on my do not disturb. There we go. There we go, little guy. There we go. Hey, everybody, look, I'm reading my own palm. The line right there means he plays with himself. Hey, come on. Come on. Look at guns. Love the shirt. Oh, yeah. Do you like how I also got paint on it? That's another part of the whole thing. Got to have the paint. McManus is definitely catching. Crabs. Wall's looking great as always. A lot more gun news. More hand news. I wanted to make sure I got those guys up on there. These 3 are important that I wanted up there. The triangle of Schmeth. So that means I had to raise the rifle up. See, the hand is tilted like this. It's not like that. It's like this. So the rifle had to move up, which means I couldn't get another rifle up there with these handguns. So I went ahead and put up a bunch of different handguns. We'll go over them at some point in a little while. The stickers, Lamau. Yeah, the stickers were fucky, man. Not putting the stickers on the live stream, bro. I frick with your energy, not gonna lie. Thank you, bread. I like you when you're toast. Hey, everybody. Sorry I was driving. Luckily you've now crashed, so you can talk. You have made many kaboomskis. Stone, I need one made into a magnet for the safe. Yep, I told him to go ahead, and I gave Mr. Stone my permission and approval for him to be a silly Billy and produce stickers of the Jiminy Titty stream. Which also means I never have to wear them again. So, or do I? But yeah, the Glock Stocking Dealer shirt, I've had this for so many years. I wear it ironically when I want to be a dumbass. So, I don't know. All I know is Stone gave me a bunch and I already handed out some. Thank you, Stoney. So come on in. It's a later stream than normal. I wanted to start later on purpose so that we can have more fun. But what do you think of this little background right here, man? Look at all these mags. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one in that gun. There's one in that gun. I think one is still in my other case. And then I have 3 more review 2011s coming. So no worries. It's good to be here. Plus, you have some very good mods, much better than me. No, it's good, RG. I'm going to keep you there unless it really does prove to be screwing with the algorithm, but it's not. Bobby Johnson says, sick Gunwall, man. You just popped up on my feed. Had to drop in and give credit where it's due. Thank you very much, Bobby. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's 3:33 here. It's too early. Well, why are you still in Hawaii? Get on a plane, fly back. By the time you get here, it will be tomorrow, and I won't be on anymore, and that'll be funny because you'll be looking at a dead page. Also, this is called a wristwatch. I'm a funny sucker. Do I go to the range often? Yes. Now that I've reacquired my permission to go to my local range, RG to the best mod crew on your on YouTube is what I'm assuming. Thank you. But yes, I do try to go to the range now every single week on Tuesday and upload range videos on Fridays. I missed this week because I had to do some administrative stuff for the channel today, this week. So I will be going on Tuesday. I have to shoot the Grandmaster, the Alien, the Arex, my now almost unsafe frickin' Gerson, yeah, and a few other guns. Can I go live at the range? No, you cannot manipulate, hold, transfer, or use a firearm on a YouTube live stream. It is against terms of service. You will instantly get your channel shut down if you do that. Not shut down, but you will get a ban. No more throwing guns. Not at this range. And right now, I really don't have any guns that need refinishing. That's part of why I threw that gun. A lot of people don't understand that. The Tactical Sport Orange, the CZ that I threw down range, had really bad finish on it from being used heavily, and it really had some deep scratches in the coating. So I hucked it because I knew I was going to refinish it. The STI looking good. You're excited for the STI. What are those colorful guns under the play button? So my buddy Drunk Mouse, who's on here, 3D printed me these signs. One is Wind City Armory. That is actually the name of my FFL. And the other one is the Jiminy Show. So they're 3D printed. Just they say the name of the channel and stuff. Is it buy 2, get 1 free week? Yes, but I get to pick which one you get to pay me double money on. Throw the Alien. It's an EDC anyways. Dude, Stonehaven keeps telling me to throw it, and I can't do it, man. I can't bring myself to throw it. I might throw it onto a blanket just to see what he actually says. Oh, actually, I had a plan for a video. I may still make it, so I'm not going to ruin it by telling you guys what it was. You Googled snooper rifle, and it exists. Okay. What do you care about? So what happens when we Google it? I'm going to play along with your game. Sniper rifle. It didn't work. Sniper rifle. So it looks like some people are actually attaching the name sniper rifle to some of their guns. So I am going to marginally step back from my adamant statement that there's no such thing as a sniper rifle, just a sniper. However, the actual definition is a sniper rifle is a high precision long range rifle used by snipers. So technically I'll give it to you. They are calling them sniper rifles now, but they're doing it to cash in on the service member that actually did it. No, I'm not going to risk it because they're gun shaped, Nero. Sorry. If I touch them, Guardian, what's up? If I touch anything gun shaped, it could instantly end the live stream. The fact that I can touch mags is just because they're not an L shape, and they don't go weird. But this is an original STI pattern mag. This is Checkmate's mags. They look very similar, but very different at the same time. So, just so you know, this is what mags used to be. But I decided to set them all out because $600 in mags. Threw a loaded high point once, mad because it was jamming, then realized I could have died. Yeah, don't throw a loaded one, man. Try to land it in grass and not in pavement. Well, there's no reason to throw it then. Also, dude, the way that it's okay, it could damage it. I'm not doing it, dude. Do I remember FPS Sug? I don't know who FPS Sug is. Do you have the Clint Eastwood 44 Magnum? No, I have a better version. I have the 460 XVR, which is actually on the X frame that the 500 Smith & Wesson is built on. So I actually have better than a 44 Magnum. Same, but different. Yep. Do it still exist. The 629 or Model 29 from Smith & Wesson does still exist, and it can harm you. Single versus double or new and better mags? What do you mean in terms of the single versus double? The mags, those are all, like I said, my STI up there came with 5 mags, and because I've gotten 2 mags from Checkmate and 2 mags with the Gerson, and I had an extra one laying around, I've got currently a total of 10, but I have 3 more 2011s being sent for review, so I'm going to wind up with 16 mags. I'll never have to reload at the range again. Your opinion is completely irrelevant, and wrong. Thank you. I agree. What's up, dude? Long time no see. Hey, Bentleys. That's insane. YouTube would shut the stream down if you touch a firearm. Back in 2019, Dave, a person decided to dome themselves with a shotgun on a YouTube live. They then were on a couch. Luckily, the background fell over his body, but he was dead on a live stream for almost 40 minutes before the police found his house. Do they still make what? Please help validate me getting the COD Bison from PSA. Get it. You're a pussy if you don't. Do you have Man Bear Pig Magnum? Yes, the 460 XVR is Man Bear Pig because it is 460 Smith & Wesson Magnum. So it is, I think it's actually cooking at about the same speed as a 500 Smith & Wesson. The Checkmate mag. So Checkmate has a newer body design. This is actually the 2025 body design. They laser etch the United States flag in them now because they are made here in the United States, and they now have aluminum base plates, reformed springs, and the follower is different. I made a video about these. Check it out on the channel. But this is this magazine holds 19 rounds, whereas this one holds 20. So you can see the changes they made in terms of being able to get more into less. I had no idea that happened. Yep, it did, and that's what kind of started the whole no guns can be held on a live stream, but let's face it, it would eventually happen anyways, because too many idiots with too many guns would have caused too many problems. Kane, what is up, Kane9? Very good, thank you. Did they not have a live stream kill switch back then? No, they didn't, because back in 2019, they were using manual checks and things like that. They did not have the AI that we have now. So the very fact is, yeah, he managed to dome himself, and then it could have been maybe the sweep was cyclical, couldn't find it, but then all it was just a blank screen. You want the Alpha bad. The ARX Alpha is pretty damn awesome. My buddy is trying to get the Gen 2 as soon as they come available, so I'm getting the Gen 1 off of him. However, I do have to give him a deal on an XP Pro when I can get him. Always wanted one, like one of the first that I was like, oh, I want one now that I can afford it, will do. There you go. That's the best reason. Bloodsong, what is up? Haven't seen you in a while. Is it because I'm starting way later, or did you just get the notification? Let me know. I like your competition pistol in the background, plus your 1911 lights. My 1911 lights? Oh, do you mean because of the way those mags look? Yeah, thanks. Thank you, Brady. Let's see. Do you have an opinion on Charles Daly being quality or not? Here's the thing. Charles Daly used to be manufactured. The shotguns are made in Turkey, I believe, by Daria or one of the Turkish shotgun manufacturers. Their 1911s used to be made by Arms Corps out of the Philippines, but they are now made by Chiappa, or they're owned by Chiappa, and I believe made in Turkey again. I don't trust them. I don't trust Chiappa because they ruin companies by buying them. I'd rather have the Gen 1 do the full guide rails. That's a good reason. Absolutely, Colin. I like it because it's kind of like a 226 classic in that it's got the full length and everything. However, it also apparently it uses HK sights. Those not lights, they're 3D printed. Oh, they're talking about these. Yes, no, they are not. Is that alpha gun big in the hand? Yes. You can. I mean, you have to kind of focus in on the the alien, which is kind of off to the side of it, is the same size as a CZ75. My STI is obviously longer because it's got the true bore barrel on it, so it's almost 2 inches longer. But yeah, it's a full 5-inch barreled gun. Damn, that's a lot of Wi-Fi hole punchers. Love from Ireland. Hello. Is a race gun new? No, I've owned it for a while, but it's been in jail, and I did a prisoner exchange. I dropped a couple of my babies off and got that one, and reduced how much I owe anyways. You sold your 1943 M1 carbine. Well, I hope you did it for a reason. It's a separate project for helical mags from a different company for the 9mm AK. PSA just collabed and agreed to give designs to make everything fit flush. Whew, that's a lot of words. Chiappa is stomach, turns everything to shite. Yes, Guardian. Unfortunately, they are. Chiappa is the modern freedom group. Snack farts. Nothing wrong with the snack fart. If you got a fart, fart hard. Just shot my first 2011. It was an Alpha Foxtrot Romulus threaded comp. It was amazing how fast that muzzle comes back down. I want to get my hands on one, but I'm working with a couple of other companies. I have too many. James, we can't talk about sales on Livestream, so you can send me an email, jiminyshow@gmail.com. But I have too many 2011s coming right now, and I'm working on getting 3 other ones on top of the 3 that are coming. So you're literally the only good live to be on, by the way. Very informative. Paul, thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that. Make sure you hit the live. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for your interaction, too, because that helps grow the channel, and that's what I'm on for. Come on, Joe, go over wall. All right, let's do this. There's enough of you in here. I'm going to stand you up. We're going to go over the guns on the wall. I will not be touching them, obviously. James, it's thejiminyshow@gmail.com. So that plus @gmail.com. Okay, so let's start over here with the plain and basic shit. This is the Gen 5 Glock 17. Yes, he has Glock. That is a Ruger RXM. That's a brand new gun. It's in the store. It's available. That is the Taurus G3 Tactical. A guy came in and decided that he was going to lie about buying it, so it's back up. Canik SFT. It is not touching the the AR, so don't worry about that. But SFT 9mm. Hit the Glock with it. Nah, I'm good. Is the Alien's grip angle natural, or do you have to get used to it? It's very similar to a CZ75. This is the Arex Alpha Gen 1. Has pretty cool cuts in the slide and stuff. Big fiber optic sight. I'll be taking that out and shooting it because, again, it's my buddy's. But I want it. Got anything with no plastic. That's literally a metal gun. That's literally a metal gun, although that's stones. That's a Laugo Alien first gen. You can see it says Lancer on it. And by the way, I did some research. The optic on Laugo Aliens is Seymour's, which is good. That's my AR-15 custom build. I need to take that to the range because I forgot the scope on a cantilever mount now. It's got a unique uppers AR, Franklin Armory binary trigger, ambidextrous controls. Very nice gun. P10, not right now. How long before you clean, but while still oiled? What? How long before you clean, but while still oiled? I don't take them back down and clean them unless I see any kind of surface corrosion. What do you think of 22-250? I've never actually shot it. I'm not a long gun guy. Beretta 92 Enox Ghost. Enox Ghost. So it's got full stainless everything. No black except for the grips. That is a pretty cool gun. Sarchmal's K12 Sport Tanfolio Stock 2 Clone. Very cool gun. 9mm. Single action only. STI Grandmaster with the 5.75 inch because of the true bore barrel that it has. I will at some point get a 9mm barrel for it. They're about $380. What's up, SFR? You like my Grandmaster? But yeah, I am getting a barrel for that so I can run 9 through it. Ramon, what upgrade should I do on my newly acquired G34 Gen 5 sights? It's always sights and possibly triggers. The Ghost, yeah, it's available, dude. Does the Alien shoot different with low bore axis? Yes, it's more of a push rather than, so it goes this instead of that. I mean, it's not totally this. It's not a revolver, but it's less lift than you would expect. Did I see any ups on owning single shot? Can't really say. Honestly, I don't. SFR. So that is going to the range with me, and I'm going to compare it to that. Now that trigger is half the weight of that. That's actually excuse me. I checked the weight on this gun. The STI. It's coming in at 2.6 pounds. That's coming in at an average of 1.2 pounds, so it's way too light. Tanfolio Witness 9mm. So that's a clone of the competition version of that. Gerson Influencer X. That's one of my favorite guns right now. My Springfield Operator, you can see they're very similar, both rail guns, but this one is full length, this one is regular length. Single shot 410 is fun. Yeah, they are. Is the Grandmaster a competition gun? Yes, it is. Is 40 a FUD round? No, it is not. It's for people that are wussies, not FUDs. Para-Ordnance P1345 with a Punisher-style comp. It's actually designed for this length barrel and slide because the bushing cut is actually different depending on the length of the slide. SIG 229 DAC, double-action Kellerman, and my Springfield Echelon with the Sharps Brothers grip. Isn't the STI in 38 Super? Yes, so the STI Grandmaster is in 38 Super. However, you can buy on eBay new old stock STI barrels that haven't been completed. They have what are called short chambers, so you can have it set so that you can run 9mm through the barrel, and the mags are all 9mm 38 capable. From Checkmate, the STI pattern mags are all capable. Yeah, no, come on, Stone. You got too much good shit. You got to let me have one, bud. And let's face it, I may wind up selling it anyway. Gerson is totally underrated. Agreed. I don't think so. Green, I have two Beretta 96 I'm building. Yep. Danger, Will Robinsons. Did I show my butt crack? What's the DAC chambered in? 40 or 357 SIG? 357 SIG, my good sir. Where's the lawgiver? Unfortunately, I don't have the right codes for it, and it tried to kill me. That sounds sick. It is. Anybody having trouble when they're out shooting? No. I eat a lot of fiber before I go to the range. Got to take a shower and get the kids ready for dinner. You said it's 3:30, you liar. Why are you getting ready for dinner at 3:30? Nice. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. So, yeah, it's a pretty solid wall. And then I've got a whole box of guns I didn't put on the wall. So the store is coming along nicely. We got just under 45 guns available. I've been working on the website. If you go to Wind City Armory, I did put the Ruger with the 18 chassis in it, as well as the new Diamondback I just picked up. Air Max, what's up? Ramon, good night, my good man. Love that wall. Thank you, Ramon. Thank you for having fun. Hit the like button before you go. Did you see CZ's new RAF model limited? No. RAF model limited. No, I'm going to check it. Favorite on the wall tonight? That is a difficult question. However, in terms of sheer stupidity, because I did it, the Gerson Match X. Because it has the ridiculously light trigger, yet everything else on the gun works. In terms of cool factor, it's a tie between those two. The Grandmaster and the AREX Alpha are both really badass guns. And I've wanted the AREX since my buddy showed it to me 2 years ago. And that one was a gun I bought out of spite, but I love. The Alien is probably like a super cool background gun, but like Stone was saying, gets super hot when you shoot it. Do you have a Springfield XD? No, I don't. I can proudly say I've never had an ND in my pants since I was 4. Then you're lying. I shit my pants twice since I've been 25. Kimber, best 1911 ever. Yep, you're speaking to the choir there, kiddo. I agree. Have you shot the Gerson after the trigger? No, I have not, SFR, and that's what I'm going to do on Tuesday. I have a feeling that it might be questionable just because when you release the trigger, you don't feel anything, but it resets. So, needless to say, it goes as light as a half a pound and as heavy as 1.4 pounds. So, when you're averaging out your weights, something tells me I might get a few no strikes. That Grandmaster is freaking sweet. Thank you. How many ARs do you have? Personally, 2. I have a 300 Blackout. Actually, I have 3 because I have 7.62, 300 Blackout, and 5.56. What'd you do to the trigger on the Match X, and how light is the trigger? Daryl, I hate fucked the leaf spring into it because it wasn't going back together. What flat spring is it? Whatever it is that came from the factory. So I hate fucked it back into the gun because I wasn't assembling it right because I forgot how to lay the leaf spring onto the whole whatchamaffuck. I'm really technical. So I got angry and just kind of bent it out of spite. Actually, I bent it the other way, so they're way too close, or is it way too far? I can't remember. I'll take the gun apart at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna take it to the range and freaking shoot it. It's insane. Airmax says the wall's looking great, and I'm saying to Airmax, thank you. Just picked up an XD Mod 2 yesterday. Nice. Do I have a Draco? Nope, I have Taste. The 92 Enox is my favorite tonight. I like plain iron sight stuff. Nice. Can you own too many guns? There is a right answer. The answer is no, Paul. You cannot own too many guns. To the new people coming in, everything on the wall is for sale. Not everything. That 92 Enox is awesome. It is available. It might break the sear, just FYI. Yeah, I'm kind of anticipating something's going to go wrong, which is why I'm taking it to the range. But I already ordered an entire kit from EGW for the upper, so I'm just going to order a bunch of parts for it. It's not 10. It's close enough, bud. What's my second favorite hobby? Computers. Oh, sorry. Computers are my second favorite hobby. It's the fuck? Hey, look, dude, I was bored and for some reason I was falling asleep because I was waiting to start the live stream. So I decided to just start the live stream, all right? Chill out, Sonny. My guy, thank you, Cat. Spin point on the Grandmaster. Bean point on the Grandmaster. I really like that one. Oh, like if somebody wanted to like acquire it from me, probably about 44. I want Staccato XC money if I'm going to part with it. Sup, nerd? Not much, Old Glory. How are you tonight? Nice Glock shirt. Yep. I wear it ironically. I am a Glock armorer. I'm not a Glock stocking dealer because they're closed for the year. They won't open again until October. Would you ever sell cars again? No. I can't physically handle selling cars, man. Too much walking, too much drama. I can outsell you, and I don't even know you, but that's besides the point. If I could sit on my ass and not have to walk and show the cars, yeah. Whatever, SFR. I grew up on the poorest country, in the poorest county in the state. Nah. You know what, though, dude? You talk like the peoples you working for. You got 90 miles on the new car. So, what is that, like 2 gallons? For sell is a pet peeve. Pet peeve is a pet peeve. Are they rare guns or should I try to get the first one I see? So, Paul, they were not custom built for individual customers like STI Infinities and some of the other guns are. They are considered a base gun for STI. So, pretty much all of the guns that you're going to see are the same. The only differences that were really available were the style of the rear cut, the color of the grip, and whether or not it came with that Seymour or a different one. So in general, the functionality of the gun itself will be the same from gun to gun to gun to gun. And I have seen them as little as like 33, 34 on Gunbroker selling. I'm just being a dick because I don't want to sell it. But if the money's right, I will. I want a home defense 1911, 45 ACP, and a shotgun. What should I get? Simple. Maverick 88 or a Mossberg 500, 0.9 gallons. Jesus. So Maverick 88 or a Mossberg 500 for your shotgun, and a Fusion Firearms, Springfield Armory, or Bull Armory 1911. Any of those will be good for a home defense 45. Yeah, so that's Oracle Arms. is the name of the company that's doing it's the 2311 with the 320 mags. Yes, I have seen it. It's very expensive. It's way more expensive than it should be. It's more expensive than any of the clone 2011s. I hate when people say I'm jelly instead of jealous. I'm jelly that you have things for sale. Jaden, what is up? Jason, you're welcome. Juan, what's up? Maverick 88 with the 3-inch turkey mag about killed me. You should be more careful and stop dressing like a turkey. Your specialty is making me fall for it. Give Austin Powers vibes. Yes. You know, it's a good looking gun, and I'll tell the story if you want to hear about how I bought it out of spite. Shouldn't have eaten that large piece of chocolate cake. Should have eaten a bigger one. Can you find a 50 cal? Yes, I can get 50 cals all over the place. I believe the 320 issue is it needs a heavier, stronger, stickier disconnector spring. Tweak spring lets it bounce too freely. Also, the standard curve trigger allows too much movement, too much play. It doesn't have a artificial stop to prevent it from coming back, and it was inertial driven. I can find one. It's about 10 feet away from me. I can find one. It's 10 feet away from SFR. Do you recommend a holster for full-size echelon? I'm looking for one. I've only had Crimson Trace red dot on it. Let me know, please. Love your channel. I don't actually know much about holsters, my friend. Google that. There's a lot of them, man. The OA 2311s are like $2,300. Yep, that's what I say. I agree, man. That's the reason why I say they're too much money. Hugh Janus is here. Hey, everybody. My buddy, he's having a little bit of a hair problem. So when you see Hugh Janus, try not to mess with them too much. What 50 BMG? What 50 BMG doesn't he have? Think you already answered this before, but can RIA handle buffalo bore? Yes. It's all stainless steel and it's not MIM'd. Have you seen Tokarev hammer shotgun? It's under $200. I was wondering if you had an opinion. Tokarev is imported by SDS. It is all Turkish built. It will probably run if you're not trying to like run a competition with it. Definitely take it out and break it in before you try using it as a home defense shotgun. I don't care. The 50 cal is the best gun, and the Glock 17 is the best, though, and the AR-15 are the best. Jaden, you must be like 12. Cats is giggling. Jayla, what's up? Do I like the Ramjet? Are you talking about the Radian Ramjet for the Glocks? I've never shot one. I got my Echelon holster from Tier 1. TEIR. I'm looking for a new 9mm around 1,000 USD. Right now, I'm looking between Daniel H9, P320X5, and a Smith & Wesson MP9 2.0 competitor. So the 2.0 competitor would be my first choice. The Daniel Defense H9 is cool, but it's it's a very singular gun, no real aftermarket support. The 320X5 I love, I enjoy the shit out of, but I don't like the way SIG is handling the ND situations and the AD situations, so I'm kind of flip-flopping a little bit on the 320. I'd recommend something else. AR-16. How do you feel about Rock Island shotguns? They're made in Turkey as well, from Daria Arms. They're fine, but same problem. You got to break them in. Make sure you get them broken in before you start using them. So mounting for the sight on the Grandmaster sturdy. Looks like it's floating. Paul, that is what red dots were back in the day before they had direct mounting like those two. It's actually a solid piece of aluminum that is bolted to the side of the frame with 5 separate set screws. So it is not going nowhere. Sorry, using talk to text, dealing with the kids right now. No problem. Whoa, Black Betty, bam, blam. Whoa, Black Lady, ram the lamb. That's one gun you warn somebody to steer clear from. Chiappa Rhinos. The fit and finish and possibility of broken cylinders. Ew, SIG. Back off. Their 1911s are fun. I just finished up a build on a competitor lower last year. One of my most accurate guns. Yeah, I agree, man. The 2.0 competitor is an amazingly good gun. Although the 2.0 metal comp is really good too. And they just came out with the full steel M&P 2.0 metal. M Carbo has complete metal firing assembly unit for, there you go. That's pretty cool. Seymour Dot. Yes, that is the Seymour on there. That one is the one for STI. It's actually branded STI, and same thing with the mount. The mount I'm thinking about changing out because Military Armament Precision or something like that, or no, MPA has a RMR mount with 5 lugs that should line up on that gun, and then I can run a new RMR style, so I might run an SRO. That piece of paper on the ceiling messing with people too. I thought it was a crumb from my phone. What piece of paper? You talking about that? That's paint peeling paint. Channel looks great, bud. Amazing wall. Thank you, Leviticus. Chile Customs has mounts too. Yep, one of my buddies was saying that before. Do I have a Shield Plus carry comp? No, I do not. I like the 320 Spectre comp with the TXG frame. Never had a problem. Yeah, well, the thing with the 320 Spectre comp, X5, AXG, all the ones, the DH3s, they all have the X trigger in it. The X trigger guns are not having discharge problems, but they are having unsupported chamber issues where they're just exploding, but that's a 320 thing. Any opinions on the Springfield Kuna? No. I touched one at the NRA show for about 4 seconds, but everybody was really into it, so I wasn't able to really play with it. New starting time. Testing it out, Mexican. I might start at 9 instead of 8 and instead of 10. I think 10 is too late to start. He stay acting like he's an expert. I'm no expert, but my dick is bigger than yours. Gubner, hi. What's up? What you think of M&P Easy line of pistolas? The M&P Easies are interesting, Ivic, because they have an internal hammer. I kind of like that. What brings him in, my guy? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. BD has now come out as gay, so everybody congratulate BD for finally having the courage to come out on a live stream. That is amazing. We support you, BD, and we hope you find a man that makes you a very nice wife. What's up, man? How's your day been? Michael, what is up, man? Guberil says, how was your day? My day was fine, man. Rumor has it via Ben Stoger that Sig Armor has a fix for the 320 announcement coming Monday. Yeah, I heard something about that. I don't know if I heard it from Stoger or somebody that knows Stoger, but I'll be interested to see that. And if it's a meme where he just melts the gun, I'm going to laugh. Is the CZ Scorpion 9mm worth the money? If you want a PDW style smaller gun, yeah, absolutely. Congratulations, BD. Thank you, Old Glory, for playing along. I really like mine. Yep. I'm a wee tired. Sorry, man. You should probably not be playing Wii's all the time. All right. So when somebody types something like desktop, unless they're like multiple spamming shit, let's go ahead and let stuff slide for now. I'm worried that's fucking with the algorithm. Little stupid shit like that is not that big a deal to me. So just let it go unless they spam the shit out of it. Yeah, Goob in real life. Have you ever seen Meet the Robinsons? I look like Goob as a kid, or we both look like the same. Nice. If you bought me Stoger shotgun, I'd want to know what I did to make you mad. Yeah, the Stoger shotgun, like Ben Stoger is completely different. Goob in real life. Gotcha. Hey, Cody, what's up? Stone. No, he meant BD. He typed it the wrong way. The frick is your profile picture? Not sure. Is a Dan Wesson Specialist truly a terrible gun? I don't think it is. But I didn't spend a lot of time with it. Did you start your OnlyFans? No, although somebody gave me a perfect background doll. I'll put it behind me, and if people pay me enough money, I'll rub a Glock on it. It just bought a Kimber 1911. What are your thoughts on Kimber? They brought the price point down to the point where it makes it much more reasonable to repair the issues that the guns have. Kimber uses really solid parts, but they assemble them in the cheapest and stupidest way possible, which causes issues. Ruger American Ranch and 5.56 is on my list. Would you buy one? Yes, I highly recommend those. They have decent triggers. Hey, guess what, Cody? What, Cody? Is all gun oil the same? No. There are different oil types, oil weights. There's heavy oil, light oil. Different manufacturers put different additives. No, I'm going to say they are quite a bit different. Wait, did I say something? Springfield gang, what's up? They feed kind of the crappy Paul. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I put 300 towards your OnlyFans to see you only in a traffic cone. I have a traffic cone literally outside the door of my store, so don't push it. I may do it. Would you ever throw a loaded P320 on your couch? I have in the past, and I would with my X5. I would never do it with the base one. Did Glock ever have external hammer and double action? No, but if you ask people, they'll try to claim that the safe action trigger is a modified double action, and they're wrong. Double action trigger would mean that it is a 2 action, so each pull of it cocks and releases the striker. Modified double action, if you mean because of the way it finishes pulling the striker back, no, I don't consider that. Should I trade my Walther for an HK-VP9? That would be a horizontal trade. You would not be gaining anything from doing that, sir. Do not do that. Why so many guns? No fighting skills or what? Bitch, if I can shoot that good, do you think I care about my fists? Them Arex guns are interesting. Are they like SIG 226 clones? Yes. So Arex is another one of those companies that makes kind of modified clones. So they do a 226, a 229. They do the Arex Delta series, which is Glock clones. They do really good stuff. Blued steel or stainless? On my 1911s, I really like the stainless. Like, that's a gorgeous looking gun. But I would take blued depending on what it is. Like, I blued out those two guns and they had gray on them. So, I know a hard question to ask. My grip safety on my Prodigy is sticking. Any suggestions on the issue? Been flawless up into this last range trip. Something got into the edges around it, so you need to clean it. You might need to pull your safety off and let the whole grip safety come out. Horizontal is racist. Not this is racist. When's the next range video? Next week on Friday. Unfortunately, I didn't go because I had some business stuff this Tuesday, but I am going this next Tuesday because I got to shoot the 1.4 pound trigger Gerson, the Grandmaster, the Arex Alpha, and the Lago Alien all in one trip. I also need to take the 5.56 and shoot that long range because Burris sent me the optic, and I'd like to keep them in my good graces by at least reviewing the product they sent me. And then I'm going to do this a little bit. But I also have 3 other guns coming. You've got a blued CZ Orange. Yeah, you do. Is it difficult to separate the stock on the 1022 Ruger? No, it's literally one screw right in front of the magazine. Literally one. It just... If you have a bigger trigger on a handgun and it breaks, can it be fixed with a MIG weld? Or should you take it to a specialist? If it's just the trigger shoe, you may be able to just fix it that way. Thoughts on TSOS Raider? Thinking about getting one. So, the TSOS Raider will run. TSOS guns do run. I am in the process of working with TSOS and SDS. I have a couple of their guns coming, including the Gen 2 B9R double stack and the Mac DS9 comp. When they get here, I'm going to put them through the same tests I do with any of my guns. I'm going to strip the material off of them. I'm going to check their fitment. I'm going to do all that shiz, and then I'm going to shoot them. The guns run okay. There is no real issue with the way they run. So as long as they meet my expectations for their build quality, then I will wholeheartedly get back behind them. So how's the Taurus G3? It's got 2,200 rounds through it now. It runs flawless. Your wall is so much better than a few months ago. Yes, because I was able to rescue many of these guns from the prison that which they resided. If you guys remember, I told you I had like 30 guns pawned. This is a vast majority of them. I still need to come up with like $2,500 to get the rest out, but it was closer to 10 grand. So in the last couple of months, I've gotten a lot of my guns back. Fan of history, good and bad. I bought a Taurus Millennium PT-111 and have been told to turn it into Taurus to be destroyed. What are your thoughts? No, you don't need to have it destroyed. Don't even turn it in. Just shoot it and make sure it's running fine. Michael Leary goes straight back into the palm of your hand. It feels cool. Oh, the alien. Nocturne still handling good. Ask Stone because I sold it to him. What CPU and graphics card are you running again? I forgot. I have an i9 12900K on a Z690 motherboard and an RTX 4070 Ti. I do not need a 4090 anymore. Did SDS ever make it right? They're working on it right now, Josh. We are working together to make it right. So they're sending me a couple of guns. I am going to do my testing on those guns, and the testing will speak the truth. I know things that they explained to me in regards to why my Night Stalker was not what I expected. I accept their answer, but I am going to test and verify. I have been talking with Jared. We had a 30-minute conversation yesterday. I am very confident that they have done what's necessary. It took me going to NRA, but I'm hopeful for future. How much sugar have you had today? Actually, not much. I've had a lot of bacon, and I'm drinking piss. John Wanks. Yeah, pretty much, man. I do it all the time. Got to change the R to a B on my resume so it says bassist instead of racist. Ha! Should you do a custom build 1911 AR? Would I? I would do one. I mean, yeah. How much get all your nuns back? Nuns are hot. Nuns. So I've spent like $7,000 so far, and I still got to spend another $2,500, unfortunately. Smokey, nice to see you here, sir. Hey, who's Smokey? What's your opinion on AMD versus NVIDIA GPUs? So the gap closed significantly when AMD came out with their 6000 series. NVIDIA still has the best raw performance and CUDA, obviously, because they have CUDAs, not the whatever the AMDs have. So NVIDIA is better for encoding live encoding and processing for like Adobe. But AMD is super solid. I've had a bunch of their GPUs. Not kicking the camera. I'm a little late. How'd the mod purge going? Pretty good. We're down to like 5 or 6 now. It seems to be working. We'll see what happens. I really like it. I would suggest to anyone looking for a hammer-fired right first-time gun. I do wish the trigger was a little lighter. Maybe I'm just spoiled because of all my other guns. 1.4 pounds, bro. I enjoyed the PDP. I really wanted one. I like the slide release, and my girl really enjoys the F-Series. The F-Series is amazing, dude. It was designed for females. That's what the F stands for. But goddamn, I love the grip on the F-Series. How do you feel about the Pope being an American? He's a Catholic priest who became Pope. He's not an American. He's a priest. Priests don't answer to America. They answer to the Vatican. So he's not American. Is Alienware still a thing? Yes, but they're owned by Dell. So you buy a Dell product with an Alienware logo on it, and you spend 30% more. Got a PDP. Mine only has like 1 jam from bad ammo out of 50,000. It's a super reliable firearm. Jesus, John, you fired a lot of freaking rounds. Hey, what's up from Chi-Town? Hey, I've heard they want you to have just under 10 mods. Yeah, well, if that's the case, we're doing it right now, so I'm trying to stick with it. What's the 1911 in the second row, second to the last gun with the silver 3-hole trigger? That one is a Springfield Operator. It's a 2023 build or a 2022 build, so it's a little bit more modern. DB, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where you were born. I was born in Korea, but I'm American because I live in America, and I'm American. Did you see the new gun PSA is releasing? You got to be a little bit more specific, my dude. I have no idea. Is Alienware actually any good? I've heard both sides of the fence. If you are not a computer guy and you just want a computer, no, because they're too expensive. But Alienware, Dell, HP, they all use a lot of proprietary parts, and a lot of the Alienwares use motherboards that you can't change. So the chassis is locked to that motherboard. Whereas this computer, this case, hey, Lycan comes in with a $10 dono. Thank you. This case has had like 12 different motherboards. I've run different graphics cards. I have them in different orientations. All this stuff is changeable. Also, the power supply on an Alienware is usually not changeable. Thank you so much, by the way, Lycan. So I don't recommend it just for that. So. Is the Ruger in the website yet? Yes, it is. It is up there right now, Mountain Man. I know it totally matters where you were born. I was born in Korea. It does make me Asian, but I am American. Just because you take vacation to Spain doesn't make you a Spaniard. That is, you're trying to twist shit again, son. So, if you were born in America and you support ISIS and you go and work for ISIS, yes, you are American, but you're ISIS. You're not American. A dedicated Catholic priest who winds up becoming the Pope means that his whole life was dedicated to the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is controlled via the Vatican in Vatican City, which is its own place. So by in this case, religion and upbringing, he's Vatican. He's not American. He just happens to be American born. My Alienware hasn't given me any troubles yet. No, they're perfectly fine, Ivik. They're just, like I said, they're just not as upgradable. The Bison gun clone. Oh, yeah, somebody was mentioning that earlier. I mean, it's a cool looking gun, but I haven't screwed with it. Favorite flavor of ramen? Beef. because I make them dry. I cook them, break up the noodles, let them barely enough water to soak the noodles so they're soft, and then the beef stuff on it. I had a buddy years ago that had one, and I always thought it looked really cool. It was one of those, one of their laptops. Oh, Alienware laptops are cool. PDP match all day, in my opinion. Can't beat the trigger. Also, you don't need to change O-rings in the PDP match, whereas the VP9 match requires O-ring replacements. Not gonna lie, Koreans are my favorite race. I was eating fried chicken on a stick, and I said, "What kind of meat is this?" And she said, "Meow meow." Nice. You made a chicken parm today. I love chicken parm. I heard the Catholic Church was going bankrupt. Maybe in America. Vatican has its own freaking bank and gold reserves. So if I go to IHOP, that makes IHOPian. If you dedicate your life to IHOP and you spend every day in the philosophy of IHOP and you work for IHOP and you are only in IHOP when you aren't in IHOP, you're praying to the IHOP gods, then you become an IHOP. Visitation versus dedication is completely different. Like you are dedicating yourself to being an asshole, so you're an asshole. Fuck all the way. Fuck that. Do they allow optics on firearms to get CHL? Like CCW? CCW, you're not required to do any kind of qualifications. I probably won't get it, but I think it's going to be on there I don't think it's going to be on there long. No, one of my buddies who bought 3 of my other guns is thinking about it because he's already got the A-Team stock on his regular Mini 14, and he's kind of thinking about it. Pray to the spaghetti god in the sky. Oh, thank you. Very good. Faux shizzle, my nizzle soup dog. My local FFL website doesn't have the gun I want on his website. Rossi 454 Kasul. Would it be reasonable to ask him if he can get it? Yes. If you don't see one and you want to support your local FFLs, just go in and ask them. We have distributors. If we can get it, we will tell you. If they have gear fire and you're not seeing it, it's because it's not available. You can't customize. Yep, exactly. Waffle House is better. I love waffles. Waffles are pancakes with pockets. Not long ago, before I got my Pixel 8 Pro, I had the Red Magic 7 with the Time New 7 Snapdragon chip in it. It was a lot of fun until shit the bed. Plugged it into charge, came back at some point. It shut down and would never reboot, and I only had it just a little over a year, so customer service wouldn't do shit about it. That sucks. Sell it on eBay. Take the W out of house. I gotta go. Got an air show tomorrow. Good luck. Fly well. The laptop, I have used desktop CPUs, upgraded it to i9 10900K, stuffed 64 gigs of RAM into it. It has a laptop 2070. That's actually a pretty solid setup, Vivek. Linkin Park versus System of a Down. 2 different types of music. I appreciate both equally for what they give. I love blue waffles. Yes. I know exactly what Blue Waffles is, and Google and all the websites have done everything they can to completely remove it from searches, but yes. Best budget revolver, in your opinion, EAA Windicator or the, if you want 357, or the Rock Island M200 M206? Blue balls. Air show, is that Andrew? Nah, Mountain Man's pretty chill. He's cool, I hope. Hey, Mr. Elliott came in with the donation. He does it through Cash App because he loves me. Although he has my Cash App, so maybe he's the one that sent me the shemale. Red Velvet waffles are amazing. Is that like what happens when you get blue waffles on your period? Is there merch on your store website? No, I really don't do merch. I'm thinking about doing it, but I really didn't like the way we did the last t-shirt, so I'm going to wait till I make the t-shirts and then put them up. I remember the Alienware I had to the i7 6700 GTX 970. It dragged me through the dirt at ADF. Dragged me through dirt. Yeah, I used to have a laptop with those settings. Are Charter Arms revolvers shit? They have less robust materials they're made out of. That's why they are at a little bit lower price range. I don't recommend them unless you're looking for like a 9mm, because there's not a whole lot of them that make 9mm. Red Velvet waffles sound very feminine. You would know. Jiminy is a waffle squatter. He likes to sit on hot waffles. That's a hot take, buddy. I don't sit on hot waffles. I scarf them. I sit on my ass. There's a breakfast spot here that does red velvet waffles. Oh, great. And you've never taken me? God dang. What about a 22 in IL? Seems like the law made a lot of them illegal here was looking at Walther WMP. Well, number one, that's 22 Magnum, but I have no idea what your laws are, my friend. You'd have to double check your stuff. I just noticed your shirt. You like that? Glock Perfection, bitches, and it's covered with paint. Would it be worth it to water cool a 5600X with 32 gigs of RAM and a 6650 XT? I have a Corsair 4000D Airflow as a case, if that matters. The only reason to water cool a 5600X is if you're going to crank the shit out of it. If you're running it at stock speeds, air cooler or an all-in-one water cooler is fine. Honestly, a 5600X, you can use the Wraith RGB cooler, like the big AMD cooler with the big copper plate, and that'll cool a 5600X even when it's overclocked. If you ever do, make sure to use a different postal carrier. I remember you complaining about yours. Yeah, well, I was using Pirate Ship and U.S. Postal Service. They kept up. Next time, Joe. All right, bet. If you do merch again, I'm buying. Absolutely. I'm doing it. I have my guy designing the casing couch shirt. I hope. I gave Daniel the sketch. I don't know if he met with him or not. He said he might not, so we'll see. Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel's good. I can't believe older Alienware laptops were SLI capable. That's crazy. Vodka Cool. That is Boris. Life of Boris, if you want to see that. Chicken and waffles? Absolutely, dude. Chicken and waffles is awesome. I don't know what it is about it, but it's not something you would think about. You're like, ooh, fried chicken. And then you're like, ooh, breakfast. Fried chicken, breakfast. And honey on fried chicken is fucking amazing. If you've never tried it, I highly recommend it. Get some really good fried chicken and put some honey on it. Hey, Cody, I'm going to make you a mod just so you can't keep hitting that. Salty and sweet, like me. Gonna have to add that one to the collection and have it signed. Definitely. Will you do ball caps? Your hat is too plain. Even if I do ball caps, I will never wear one of my own ball caps because I wear black fitted caps and that's it. Look, the hair is... Oh. So every card up to the 3090 was SLI capable. Imagine running an i9 12900KS and dual 3090s with 128 gigs of RAM. That would be such a specific use case for that SLI setup because no games use SLI. And if you were to use it for like Cinebench or not Cinebench, but like 3D Mark, it'd be a waste of money. Why would you put waffles and chicken? Dude, try it. You're in the South, bro. You got to try that shit. Cheese curds with caramel dipping sauce is delicious. Nashville hot anything is good. I've never tried the cheese curds with caramel. I'll have to try that someday. All-star breakfast at Waffle House is de bamsh. Hey, DB, you don't hear me complaining about your hybrid fucking Camry that you were talking about. Shut up. Listen, waffle and chickens is good, but you need to have waffles with ribs. That's extremely good. Dude, why can't we just enjoy waffles with waffles, motherfuckers? What I love I know is Popeyes. I know isn't quality, but they give out honey in all their orders, same as churches. Actually, the one near me does not give honey with any of their orders. They suck. No, it's called chicken and waffles, not waffles and chicken. Bro, whatever order it goes in is not the order it comes out. I will approve the waffles and chicken. Stone, you should try waffles and chicken. Lol. Cars. I used waffles as hamburger buns before. So did who was that? Somebody did that. They did a bacon cheeseburger on waffles. Denny's Grand Slam. Shame never tasted so good. If you go there at 2 o'clock in the morning, then you can just say because it was the only place open. How about loaded pierogies with fried onions? I don't like onions, but you go ahead. Would you consider wear anything other than black flex fit hats, i.e. a beret, a fedora, a top hat, etc.? If somebody sent me something, I would. Somebody sent me or gave me the money to buy a Chinese wok hat, but it turns out it was for a kid, so I gave it to my buddy's daughter. Thank God you're not a paid Sig shill. Sig is sending me a gun. I want waffles. This chick's... I'm telling your girl you said that. Cody, fuck you. I'm about to ban you. KFC did that. Thank you. That is whack. They are cheating the customer. Yeah. Use waffles to make your own man-sized ice cream sandwich. That would be good. Best overnight meal when you're drunk. Dude, fucking hash browns, but not the shitty hash brown, like the stringy hash browns. What caliber would you recommend to stop or slow down a Bigfoot or Dogman if possibly attacked? Number one, Lycan, thank you for the huge donation. I really appreciate that. You are a king, queen, them, they, he. But what caliber? I would say 454 Casull or better. Because if it's a cryptid like that, you want to have as much power as you can. Random guy, tube steak smothered in underwear sauce. Cream of some young guy, incoming. Potato cake hash brown. That's it, bro. Potato cake hash brown with A1 sauce and a sunny side up egg. Mix all that shit together. When you're drunk, that shit will make you happy. Waffles are better than pancakes, but French toast overall. It's got to be right. Too much egg and the French toast tastes wrong. The Denny's here, Fairbanks closed a few years back. I cry every time I see The Office. It became, walk in and order a meal. See what happens. It might be a trick. They might be lying to you. It might still be a Denny's and they have a secret restaurant. Arby's or Hardee's? We only have Arby's where I live. Hardee's is, 100 miles away from me, so I have to go with Arby's. But I love Hardee's Swiss mushroom Swiss cheeseburger. Chicken bacon ranch fries. Chicken bacon ranch. I'm just trying to help you out, showing that I'm interested in interacting with your channel. Yeah. You're a wonderful goober, goofity goober, and I will love you. Also, all you motherfuckers are scrolling by, not you guys, but all you fools that are scrolling by going deet. Look, guns. Get in here, stupids. Eggs scrambled with cheese. That's just called I don't know how to make an omelet. Would you consider chipped beef on toast? I love shit on a shingle, dude. I grew up, my dad was in the military, so we used to, when I would visit them and they had breakfast available, dude, shit on a shingle is awesome. Do I kimchi? Yes. It's Kimchi. I dated a chick that reminded me of Arby's number 4 double. I'm about to ban your ass. Scope or open sights? Oh, you're asking which mouthwash. If you're talking about for like rifles, my lever guns are all iron sights, but if I have mounts for optics, I always run in optics. Hangover was my fat pill sandwich, bacon, egg, sausage on a plain donut, not toasted, was $1,100 calories. That's a hell of a sandwich. My thing, peanut butter. I'm allergic to it, but for some reason, when I eat like a large amount of peanut butter, it coats your stomach and stuff, instantly kills my hangover. When I used to drink anyways. Black coffee for breakfast only. I don't drink coffee. It smells like dead things. Smells like roadkill, literally. Coffee, hot black coffee smells like roadkill. My wife makes the best biscuits and gravies. Wow, damn. Why do we keep going to K-Pot? Tell her to make us some biscuits and gravies. I'll give her some money for biscuits and gravies. Food at the strip club. Thoughts? I've only sampled 2 strip clubs, and that was in Minneapolis. It was Showgirls and this one called Deja Vu. Neither one of them had a buffet, but one of them had a pool table, and my buddy used to sit at the bar dumping like the rail, leaving huge tips. The girls used to set up in the back like they'd be getting ready to go on stage, and we could play pool with them and hang out with them. So my buddy was sitting there paying hundreds of dollars to see strippers, and he was too much of a chicken shit to go by himself, so he would drag me with, and I'd be in the back playing pool with strippers while he's up in the front laying money down on the rail. What a dumbass. I used to just buy them drinks. Bro, don't ruin coffee for me like that. Think about it. A really strong black coffee, a deer that got hit by a semi 30 minutes before you got there. Have you ever tried Scrapple? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Scrapple just because it's usually a little burnt from the place I used to get it from, but I will eat it in a pinch. I have a friend that's allergic to alcohol and lemon. Damn. Blackout coffee, Irish cream flavor is to die for, not a coffee guy, more so energy drinks. So when you flavor the coffee and I don't have to smell it being made, I can handle it. And I actually like frappuccinos, the iced frappuccinos that you get in the glass jar. But I'm not a fan of black stuff. Coffee. Black coffee. Don't fucking take that out of order. Speaking of optics, I was looking at upgrading. Dead Deer Coffee is my new brand. Thank you. 30-minute Dead Deer Coffee. So TMDD Coffee. I miss the German bratwurst. Nothing like it anywhere stateside. Nope. I agree. But Johnsonville's white brat is pretty damn good. Mushroom coffee is the bee's knees. I will take your word for it. Isn't mushroom coffee more like tea? Coffee smells like skunk. We've been told all our life that it smells good. A little bit of a fun fact, Crawl. Skunk is just the smell of roadkill. It doesn't have to be skunk. Yes, skunk smells like skunk, but decomposing roadkill smells like skunk. Rise! I like the response. Thank you for your input. No problem, Juan. Thank you. I don't even know what I told you. Well, and blend cocoa powder and ground mushrooms. Oh, gotcha. Weed smells skunky. I handle weed better than I do coffee. How well do scopes hold 0? I usually have to adjust a little bit, but it never holds 0 perfectly. That's either a problem with the scope or the mount. There's no reason why it should lose 0 a lot. Juan Valdez was cartel. Half his coffee bags had Coke in it, from what I understand. Piss and vinegar. So, do you guys want to hear the story on how I bought the Grandmaster out of spite? I'll tell the story. Coming up after you all hit the like button. No, fuck you, DB. My wife likes iced coffee. Yeah, I can handle iced coffee because it doesn't smell. Jeff, thank you for your donation. If you didn't hear me earlier, I thank you very much. Want to try? Yeah, that stuff there, the birds eat it and then poop out the seed, the coffee beans or whatever. I've seen that. If you guys want to be real hardcore, hit the like button. If you don't hit the like button, you're softcore. SFR, thanks for hanging out, bro. Tell the story. I love a good spite story. Okay, so a pawn shop near me, I would go to them because they had a lot of guns that, well, Stone's got one of them, the Walther PPQ. I bought a PPQ Q5 match for fucking $400, which I sold it to Stone for $400 because I'm a good person. But I was in the store, and that Grandmaster had come in on pawn, and it was put up for sale because the guy didn't redeem it. And they had like $3,500 on it, $3,600, $3,599 or something like that. And it's up on the wall. And I looked at it because I'd never held one before. So I'm like, hey, let me check that bitch out. So he pulls it down. I'm racking it. I'm playing with it. It has 5 freaking mags with it, original mags. So these are expensive as shit. And I'm playing with it. And I leave it because I had already bought like 3 other guns. So I leave. I come back the next week. It's still there. I was thinking about it. I'm like, hey, I know it's really expensive. How much do you want for a down payment? Blah, blah, blah. Because I was going to lay it away and pay for it because it was expensive. Well, come close to Christmas time, cat shit, that's what it was. But come close to Christmas time, it's still on the wall. And this other guy comes in. Need to get out of Massachusetts. Steel frame for 4. No, it wasn't a steel frame. It was just a Q5 match, but still $400. Let me get back to it. So this guy is taking a look at it, right? And he's super fucking expert. You know, he's the guy that knows everything about these guns. I know this. I know where they were built. I know how many they built. I know exactly how they did. And he's wrong about everything. You know, he said it wasn't 38 Super. He's like, no, the mag just says 38 Super. I'm like, dude, that's a 38 Super. No. Look, the mag says 9/38 Super. So it's a 9mm first, and then you can add. I'm like, shut up, dude. And then he's like, can I see the box? And then he's trying to tell the dude what the box looks like, and he's wrong. He keeps pointing to a SIG box because he thought it had a blue box because it's got a blue grip. So the guy grabs a box. I said, no, it's the black box with the STI logo on it. So he grabs the box, brings it over. The guy looks at it. He's like, I'm going to take a picture because I really need to think about it because your price is okay. I'm not sure if I want to pay that much because I'm not sure it's really worth it. So he leaves it and he starts. Oh, that's right. I gave it to you for a deal because you bought another gun with it. That's right. That is right. That's 100% because you bought my blackout. But anyways, he leaves the gun there and he's walking away, right? And he's being a dick for some reason. He's like, oh, I got to think about it because I don't know if you guys are giving a good enough deal because on Gun Broker, they sell for the same and blah, 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 blah. So while he's walking to the end of the counter and looking at probably Gun Broker on his phone, I turned to the guy behind the counter and I says, what can you do for me? You're going to cry behind enemy lines. So I said, what can you do for me? And he looked at the tag, and like I said, it said like $3,600, and he says 25. And I looked at the dude, because the gun's in my hand at the time. Hey, Sam. So the gun's in my hand, and the guy's standing at the end of the counter, and I said, done, while looking right at the dude. I was eye humping this guy while looking at the sales guy, and I'm like, done. So I wound up putting it on layaway that day. The dude looked so pissed that I bought the gun. Generational, frick that guy from the shop. Pretty much, dude. But yeah, he looked so pissed because I think he was going to go home and come back the next day and try to get it cheaper. But I was like, dude, I'm not saying no. Number one, that was a solid price because they sell for about $3,500 on Gunbroker. But also, I'm like, fuck this guy, dude. He's a jerk. I always treat people at the shops nice. That's why I get good deals on guns. What's up, Mouse? So the fact that this guy was being a jerk to the salesman because he was Mr. Know-It-All just made me so angry that I had to buy the damn thing. Some newer calibers like 400 Legend and 6.5 Creedmoor, do they really bring something revolutionary to the gun world? So 6.5 is great for long-range shooting, and 400 Legend... Goose, what's up, son? But 400 Legend is actually... they say at 100 yards it has the same power as a rifled slug. Is the Springfield 1911 any good? That's a little bit vague, Ryan, because Springfield 1911, if you're just talking about in general, they're pretty solid. You just need to pay attention to them. So like the base Garrison and the base GIs, they're fine. But if you step up a little bit, Garrison and upper are pretty solid. Two D2 guns. Pa. D2 Customs out of Puxatawny. Hey, DB. Sup, Goose? He won't show the stickers. He already has it. He doesn't need it. So, let's see. Damn. That's some hotness right there. I'll give you that. Something tells me those are a little bit expensive, though. Damn. Walla Walla, Washington. Dude, I mean, yeah, those, I mean, the guns look crazy, dude. What don't you like about Smith & Wesson 1911s? They're fine. I actually like their the scallop cuts they have. I'm just not a huge fan of external extractors on 1911s. I think it betrays the pureness of a 1911. Brother, check it. Oh, give me a second, sir. Oh, I did it preemptively, Goose. But thank you for the big donation. Thank you, Goose. Thank you. Because I had to get my baby out of jail. So I'm still working on getting the rest of my babies out of jail. So I got to come up with a couple of grand still. So I'm working on it. That Colt I sent you earlier was beautiful. The Colt? Yeah, that Colt was actually really nice looking. But damn, that looked like it was super expensive. I swear to God, Cody. I swear to God. 10 seconds, bitch. Deal with it. 10 seconds. Why does it remove all your shit? Nice shirt. Yes, thank you. It's mockingly. I did it in defiance of life. Take that, Cody. That'll teach you. I have no idea. Yeah, that was stupid. But Goose, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate it. Like I said, my intention was to do that anyway, so welcome back. Oh. 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 Oh, you guys think I won't? You fools think I won't? I got your fucking alien stone. Take that, bitches! Actually, Justin, all phones do it now. Doesn't even have horse food stains. Actually, it does. Look. Little horse bloogies. All over it. See little spots? Damn. I tried to show it off and they closed down my my quality. There we go. Honkity, honkity, honkity. Looking at midget nudes again. Dude, I love midget nudes. It's hilarious, man. Just think about it. They already lived their life at ass level. Just turn around. If you scroll away and come back, it pops up. Yeah, I know. My phone just recently, as of last live, at least I think I noticed it when it gave me the ability to do it. That's because I took you off of managing moderator and made you a standard. But I think I'm at my limit for right now. So if I decide to retire a mod, I will let you know. At least then I noticed when it gave me the ability to do it. Yep. Mason laughs. The Android tards are going to go hard with that annoying ass thing. Yeah, well, you know what? When we have a button, we push it. Because I too was wondering what it was and how people were doing it. Now I am able to do it. I can do it too if I use one of my other phones. On my list is midget and deaf girl. You might as well go for a blind deaf midget girl. And then you can explain to her that everybody is the same height as her. They got midget wrestling coming to my city. I'm hyped. Margot Robbie or Mossberg 500 retrograde? Dude, Margot Robbie 6 days a week, man. She's freaking hot. And she's not from here, so I'd be happy to help her get her American citizenship. Hey. Although a retrograde is pretty cool, but I can get a retrograde for like $700. I don't think I can get I don't think I can get Margot Robbie for $700. They got midget wrestling coming here at a strip club. It's definitely going to be coming there. Good answer, lols. Thank you. Dude, anybody says no to Margot Robbie, even if you're gay, because she would probably make a really good best friend that could try to turn you. Hey, Goose donated. Holy shit, Mexican, Chanson. Look at all the people I know that got free gifts. All these people I know. I know all of these people. Thank you, people. Thank you, Goose. I appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate it. No, gift again. Oh, let me see if I've got any lefts. Let's see what happens. Sever got one. Fish and Bang. Jim Devlin. Cameron 79. Oh, Goose is doing it too. Sandro's people I've never even heard of. The Dumb Tube Tuber. Lorenzo Ward. Man, it's like you just can't win, DB. Sending them now. I think it actually takes money away from me. Yeah, well. Michael, I haven't seen him in a long time. Bentley, Z-Trek. Yeah, I think it just pulls from my subscriber list, man. Sorry, dude. Somebody got da. SB. That's almost DB. Joshua, Trainer, DCM 14. Look at all the people getting free memberships, man. Thank you, Goose. You are a king, a scholar, and a goose of all the world. Stonehaven. Hey, Snooka got one. Punkster. Kimberly. Sean. Hell yeah. Y'all are awesome, kids. Lol, this reminds me of the Oprah show. And you get a subscription, and you get a subscription, and you get a subscription, and you, fuck you, you get a subscription. Is your name DB? Fuck you. You get a subscription. Hey, I got Snooka. Yeah, you did. Do you like knives at all? Sharpening steel grades, etc. I really don't know much about them. So, I mean, I appreciate them, but I don't know much about them. I have them. I sell them. Make sure you leave a like, motherfather. I liked my own stream. I say that every time I'm standing at a urinal, by the way. If you like your own stream, you're peeing. Okay. Yep, Glory got a free membership. What's your favorite pistol? 1911 platform is my favorite. If I'm going to go with any platform, it's always going to be a 1911. As if you couldn't tell from the 5 right there. And there would be another one up there, but I had to take part of it out to fix one of the other 5 that are up there. So yeah, 1911s. You're a 1911. You're a 1911. Actually, you're a 2011. So STI became Grandmaster for those of you, or became Staccato in case any of you didn't know. STI is the originator of the removable grip module. So that is actually a 2011, and that is a 1911. Real 2011, not a real 2011, but they're basically the same gun. Do you carry a 1911? Yes, that's on the desk in front of me. A Para Ordnance 1911. Have you ever shot a Grand Power gun? Maybe the Excalibur? No, I missed my opportunity to buy one. I wanted one of the K100, I think is what was the Excalibur. I really should have bought one, and I didn't. I do have a rotating barrel PX4 Storm and 45 ACP, though. What gun to you says I sit down when I pee? Glocks. Oh, Glory, I don't know. I'm kind of a whore. You're also in Hawaii. They don't have good internet. They're in the middle of water. Is it a full-size 1911? Yes. I don't carry a compact. I don't carry officers. I don't even carry 4.25s. Ow. Oh, who's the best gun tuber in my opinion? In terms of straight shooting and not giving a shit as much, Pewview, Honest Outlaw, then it would go like, that's it. And even Honest Outlaw, I'm kind of getting away from because he's gone very commercialized. He's giving away a new Infinity, fucking $10,000 gun. I'm lazy. I definitely sit to pee sometimes. Depending on where I am, I'll sit to pee because I'm 6'4". There's a lot of room between me and the bowl. Not as much as some of you, but a lot of room between me and the bowl. 16-inch 5.56 AR, 3 to 9 Diamondback Tactical or Strike Eagle. I go with the Strike Eagle personally. Although the 3x9 is actually pretty standard. You also have the PX4 and 45. I luckily snagged the Excalibur before my state went Nazi recently. Well, if they tell you you can't have it, hit up the Jiminy Show because the Jiminy Show will buy any firearm from anybody for upwards of 7 cents on the dollar. It's probably why I didn't get a gift. No, you're fine, dude. It's randomized. What holster do you use to carry your 1911 inside the waistband? The one I'm using right now has the gun in it, and I'm not pulling the gun out of it. But right now I'm using a little Urban Carry leather one with Kydex retention for the trigger guard. 64 inches is not 6'4". Ah, you're one of those people. This is a foot. My girl is here. She wants to hear your opinion on $1,000 guns. $1,000 guns in reference to what? Which ones you should get? Canic Rival S, which is actually closer to 8 these days. M&P 2.0 Competitor should be around 800. Sorry, I shouldn't be flipping you off. SIG 226, I don't know if you can get a single action only Legion, but you may be able to find a regular single action or regular Legion for about $1,000. Springfield 1911s that come in at about $1,000. Fusion Firearms 1911s come in at about $1,000. Those are all in that 9mm as well. I want her to hear your PDP F-Series opinion too. Yes, Lycan, Canic, or G. Oh, there's that G word again. Funny. One, and girlfriend, I think the PDP F-Series has the best PDP grip. It is by far the most comfortable, ergonomic, and easy to shoot. So you have a good one. I mean, you have a good gun. I'm not telling you to leave. Get out of here! No, you can stay. But yeah, I really do like it. Damn, this chair is creaky. Also, I'm getting very warm because I have to turn off the air conditioner because the air conditioner is like 7 feet away from me and it's loud. So, hey, I'm wearing a G-Lock shirt and I have the G-Lock tattoo, so I really don't have anything I can say about that. How many rounds should one have for their gun? I say anything under 50 means you are low. If you're talking about just in general for each gun, I usually try to keep a few hundred. but I also keep a lot of range ammo. I can't really stand near a 320 right now because SIG is not handling their drop safety thing right now. But the 226 is a very solid gun. It's probably one of the best guns they've ever made. The 229, 220 if you want the single stack, the 938, 238, those are all good guns. The 320 is just they're having their problems with handling the dropping issues. 10,000 rounds per caliber. That's shooting a large load. PDP F series is slimline. I guess I got girly hands because, you know, all them girls will tell you it's nice to have a nice, good, soft grip. It also makes it feel bigger. Fuck you, Cody. You know, I don't know if I've shot the Walther since you brought it down. I bet you haven't, dude. I'll buy it back. I'll trade you. I kind of want the Night Stalker to compare to some of these other guns, too. I'm also putting a sticker up on your car somewhere. So you've come to the realization that there is a problem with SIG. I always said there was a problem. I just said it was blown out of proportion. And my biggest problem is with how they're handling the shit. 16 million guns. They've had 40 guns go off. Favorite gun movie? Last Man Standing, Bruce Willis, dual-wielding 1911s. It was amazing. SIG said on the internet the gun doesn't misfire, and as we know, the internet never lies. That's what Abraham Lincoln told me when he invented it back in 1941. More for 300 blackout. They run out quick. Yep. Trade for the STI. $200 versus $2,500. Seems fair. How do you like your stickers? Oh, those stickers are great. You guys, the members have all seen the stickers, right? Or you've seen the stickers. So thank you for those stickers, by the way, Stone, you bastard. I love you. Great movie. Yeah, it was. What's the highest transfer fee when selling to a customer in a different state? So transfer fees are handled by the store that you're picking the gun up to. So I charge $30 when somebody has one shipped into me. I've heard some horror stories that some stores are like 70, 80 bucks for a transfer fee, and they're doing it because they don't want you to buy a gun somewhere else. I knew about the stickers way before you knew about the stickers. Oh, did you also know about the Shemale sex doll that was mailed to me? Jeff, transfer fee is your F. Yeah, my EDC is a 320, and even no SIG is freaking up. So again, like I said, they're handling the situation wrong. I've watched all the different people. So unlike people that dedicate themselves to just Stoger or just Despop or just this guy or just that guy, I've probably watched 50 different YouTubers and 50 different engineering guys explaining how the trigger mechanism works and shit. I admit there's a problem, a general flaw with the design, but that's also for the poorers who buy the base model. It doesn't affect the X5. Those are only damaged by the unsupported chamber. Dumb question. Is there any tip or strategy for finding ammo a little cheaper? Ammo Seek, dude. Ammo Seek, or a lot of times gun shows because they'll sell them at wholesale price with no tax. I'll send you the Night Stalker so you compare it to the ones they send you. Yeah, that would be cool. I'll let you know when they send that out because right now they're sending me the BR9 double stack duty with the bull barrel and the Mac DS comp. So I know of it. Yes, I had nothing to do with it, but I've seen it. Yeah, everybody has seen it because I put it on Discord. And like I've said before, I don't hide shit because it's not worth it because you guys will eventually figure that shit out. Me, I'm the pores. Sorry, McManus isn't here, so I have to fill his role a little bit. Apparently, he's still trying to get some trim, so. Oh, told like everyone before you. Dude, I can take a joke, and I'm the one that wore those titties on stream, so absolutely. Same 320 compact here, but I changed the trigger to the skeleton on one. Yeah, so just changing to the X trigger does help greatly. I'm pretty sure mine is the first model, no upgrades. I live life dangerously. I got mine shortly after the Army accepted it. I've never sent it in. It's seen no upgrades. You are a brave man, Glory, because it affects pre-2021 guns. And if you have a first version, when they back from 17, 18, yeah, they'll fix it for free, but you got to contact them. I understand what you're saying about the X320. The X5 is great fun, but the trigger is scary light. Yeah, but I made mine even lighter. I put the Armory Craft dual adjustable trigger, and I took all of the pre-travel and all of the over travel out of it. That gun literally has no. Actually, that trigger is very much like the trigger in my Gerson right now, but I did the SIG on purpose. That was an accident where that has no wall anymore. It literally, you touch the trigger less than 1.4 pounds and it goes. Picked up 8 boxes of 45 ACP Hornady Custom for $7 a box. Said they were discontinuing it. Holy shit, where did you get that? If you got it off that one website, the Palmetto warehouse one, you got scammed. You're never going to get it. Stone, absolutely hard time not sharing the funnies. It's great. Oh, so y'all all knew about this shit and didn't tell me until I opened the box, huh? I get how it is. Well, I was going to give every one of my mods $5,000, but fuck you. Hey, sorry, if I have an older 320, can I get an X trigger in it, or am I stuck with the way it is? No, you can change the trigger. They have the fire control group, or the FCU. Pull it out, change your trigger, put it back in. You'll reduce your trigger pull by 40%. You'll have a flat face trigger, and it will be less likely to cause an issue where your hip has a hole that leaks red fluids. Justin, I know it was so ready for him to open. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, really smart putting booby stickers in a $5,000 gun that you hope to get back. Horse sheet. Ha. Daryl, send it to sign. Send it to sign. SIG, they do the recall upgrade. Yep. Keep my 5 and go get your guns. RG, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Did you send me something? Oh, yeah. When you do your dono. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I fully intend to. So I've been doing that since the beginning of April, right? I've been setting aside all my extra cash because I've been able to do some store stuff, but I've also picked up a lot of the guns. A lot of the guns I picked up are in the store available for sale. I don't want to sell them, but I'm willing to sell them until that I get all my guns out. Once all my guns are out and the store has enough inventory, I'm pulling my shit out and then just leaving that in there, because it was a dedicated part of doing the business. So when I get to that point, if I still have my Springfield, and if I still have my Echelon, if I still have my 229, my SAR 12, if I have my guns when everything is paid for, I'm keeping my shit and not selling it. When changing the trigger, Dale, don't lose the firing hardware springs and don't overstretch them. Yeah, it can be very easy to screw that up. Watch all the videos and find one that works for you, bud. Watch the whole video, too. I couldn't decide if I wanted to put them in the box or put them on the box. On the box would have been hilarious. I think I'm going to put them on when I send it off to its new owner. You on any prepper channels? Nope, I am not. Oh, Justin, what's your store name? You seem to give great deals. Wind City Armory, my guy. Even the 17, smaller than 22, I believe the powder charge is more in 17. Yes, so 17 HMR is going a lot faster than standard 22 because it has a much bigger cartridge. Put your stickers on his EDC holster. It's in the box. I should do that. I actually swiped up and there's a trans man on the next live. There was a trans man on this live at one point. Jefferson City, Missouri thought it was a misprint. Lady at the desk said they were discontinued and were selling his mark. Thought about framing the receipt. Oh, so you actually bought him in person. I can't complain about that. We were just talking about there was a website. Stone sent me the link to it. Definitely a fake one. They were selling ammo at that kind of money. I don't use the holster. Lol. I knew you. Why do you think the Armscore 22 TCM never took off? Because they originally only put it in their guns, and the only other gun that has a conversion barrel is the Glock, and the 22 TCM 9R that you buy is not the same as traditional 22 TCM. It will not fire regular TCM out of a Glock because the mag dimensions are wrong. So the only guns that actually fire 22 TCM are the Rock Island guns. So that's part of the problem. Put the sticker in his holster. I'm going to put the sticker on the gun at the range. If you lived in 1897 and had to rob a bank, what's your piece you're using? 1897, it would probably be a Colt Single Action Army and probably an 1894 rifle as a backup. Paul, the Tommy gun. Oh, Glory, send me a message on Discord so I know who you are. Are you able to find XDB Rat Packs? What the hell is an XDB Rat Packs? Hey, you trying to make me say something bad, man? After we gave you a membership? It would melt the sticker. Yeah, but it would be fun. Not if I put it on the grip and then epoxy it onto your grip so it never comes off. I never went looking for that, but it looks a lot like an Archon Type B. It is. It's an Archon Type B, just made somewhere else. Interesting gun, but it does nothing for me. Or better yet, have epoxy resin grips made and have the sticker put in the middle of it and then put it on the gun. Like make a mold of like the 2311 grips. That'd be hilarious. How does it feel starting to stream later? It's a little bit tiring. And I started at about 9:30, but we'll see how long I can go. It really hasn't affected the views much, so we'll see what happens. What would your duty gun be if you was a cop and could choose? Glock? Fuck no. I would choose a 1911. Or since CZ is catering to the LEO market now, the CZ Shadow 2 carry. I would ND into myself with a Glock just so I get retirement and half pay. Half pay is better than having to haul around a Glock for my entire life. It's 7 p.m. How late is it for y'all? It's 11 p.m. Eastern time where I am. And I have a boogie in my nostril. And this chair is squeaking like a motherfather. It sounds like I'm riding something. Staccato is catering to duties. Yeah, screw Staccato Catico. Stackado can kiss my booty-co and lick my booty hole, you motherfuckers. What base 1911 would you use to build a Musoc clone? Never built one before, so I have no clue, son. You'd have to tell me. Really? Really? And I can't fight that one because of really? I mean, really? Frick the Shadow 2 carry. They should have kept on Omega line. Yeah, no kidding, right? Am I riding the doll? I'd have a much weirder look on my face. It's about the only way I can put it. It would be a much weirder look. You're like, this is wrong. Can't find the Discord here. Somebody put up the link. I don't know how to use computers. Shotguns, I like when the mag tube is not flush. What do you think? I actually like them to be flush. I think it solidifies a look. So my 930 has the full-length tube on it. Anyone have experience with Hanny's custom RIAs? Might send mine to them if they're cool. Go to Honest Outlaw. He does a video. He has both the single stack and the double stack on his channel. He loves them. He actually thinks they're one of the best values ever. You like the Springfield 1911. Awesome. I have a Winchester Sock Shadow Defender looking for a different 12 gauge 2. Any recommendations? Only for the range. Home defense would be secondary to the 9mm. SPX. So SXP, yeah. So like I said, I would recommend the Mossberg 930 Tactical. You can find them probably under $700 if you can find one used. If you got to buy new, a Beretta A300 or a 1301. Join us. We have fun from time to time. There's also pictures of sex dolls and toys on Discord. Just kidding. Or am I? Is there? Or isn't there? My neck hurts. My neck. My back. My neck. My neck. My back. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome, Juan. Just remember, you're fat. Don't sugarcoat it, or you'll eat that too. Most of the time, we just talk shite about Justin on the Discord, lol. Sorry that your neck hurts, Mouse. Starting a window shop for 1911s. They've been catching my eye. Definitely, dude. Definitely put your hands on as many as you can. I like them most. I was going to say I like them all. I don't like all 1911s, but a good one will definitely make your pee-pee bigger. Maverick 88. Thoughts? Love it. It's a cheaper version of a Mossberg 500. I actually have one in the store. Brand new for sale. And it's really good, man. Very reliable pump action 12 gauge. Apparently, I'm not handling this waking up earlier or staying up later thing. Which is funny because when I'm done with the live stream, I'm literally going to sit here for 4 hours just looking at my phone. So the fact that I say, I'm not dead up is all a lie. The cake is a lie! Check out Kimber. They make great 1911s. Hey, Lycan comes in for $5. Beretta M4 or Benelli M4 or Beretta 1301 Tactical. For the price, Beretta. Money, no object, Benelli. But the Beretta is really solid because, number one, Beretta owns Benelli. Not that they share technology, but basically all your money's going back to Beretta anyway. But money, no object, Benelli, just because it's a Benelli and it has that inherent reliability. But the 1301 is no freaking slouch. Do I like heat shields? On cars, yeah. On shotguns, eh. Should I buy 1911 with 9mm or stick with the classic? If you want to have the purest feel of a 1911, you got to go 45 ACPA. 9mm is fine. I've got several 9mm guns, but if you want to have like the real feel of a 1911, 45 ACP. It's scary what you come across scrolling the lives. Wow, yeah, and you guys thought it was silly what I do when I do the titty streams? Holy shit. Get the Nighthawk Sandhawk there. Good start in 1911. Yeah, dude, you one and done. If you buy a Sandhawk, it's one and done. Started with the 45, probably going to get a 1911 in 9 mama. Yeah, absolutely. I approve. Do it. What about a 1911 with 22 when they sound fun? They can be. Oh, okay. That was weird. Oh, because he ended his live. I'm like, why the hell am I watching a replay? Never mind. I was checking somebody else's stuff. Got 300 rounds for 210, free shipping, and no tax. For the Mauser, that's not terrible. So that's about 70 cents a round, like you said. What about otherwise 1301? Yep, for Benelli money, I'd get a Genesis Arms. Okay. I got a trade for a Sandhawk. Well, side by side or over under? Over under. I heard you mention that Diamondback manufactures lowers for Daniel Defense. Lycan, thank you again. Holy shit, your wallet is wonderful. We appreciate you here. Thank you very much, Lycan. Yes, so Diamondbacks, they make the lowers, the blank lowers for Daniel Defense rifles. So if you have a Daniel Defense DDM V7, V4, whatever the frick they're called, then you have a Diamondback manufactured lower. Now the upper barrel, bolt carrier group, trigger group, everything else is actually Daniel Defense spec. But ARs are ARs, man. Literally everything in that you can buy off the shelf, but it still manages to be nearly a $4,000 rifle. Onion rings from Booger King, fries from McDonald's. Saw a 19M at your shop. Does it have DLC internals? Yes, the 19M is DLC'd. It is also the FBI spec. Hammerly makes a great 22. Yeah, they do. Made in Germany, owned by Walter, which is owned by Umrex. Yep. Fixed barrel, too. Are you familiar with the news regarding AAC ammo owned by PSA that are defective? Multiple calibers are blowing up guns and suppressors. Just learned the info today. I was not, but that wouldn't really surprise me because they are pretty new. But the news cycle and the internet and YouTube can make it seem like a bigger deal. So wait and see what final stories come out because you might see 18 people telling 4 stories 7 different ways and it throws everything off. You're not always going to get the true story. How much will it cost to have a barrel threaded for a choke? I don't do that. I'd have to send it out to a buddy of mine. And I'm not sure because it's usually like an hour of setup time plus like $160 plus any other work that's required. So a lot of times you're going to spend a lot of money to do a choke. I would look and see if the gun you're trying to thread for a choke is capable of just having a barrel replacement because shotguns are disassemblable. Is AAC the one with the gold letters? Blue box, white letters. It's Palmetto State's in-house brand. Who's making Geisley lowers in? Not 100% sure on that one, dude. Cody is still hanging in there. Oh, I never heard of that ammo. Yeah, so AAC, like if you go to like, well, you're in California, it might not even be legal where you are. So the Soviet Arms AKV Stizon is what the Bison from PSA is called. They have Barrett M107s in stock. They have the Echelon with a lot of mags. They have the RKO. Oh, you sons of a bitch. I think my distributor is about to get my Dan Wesson DWX in because PSA's got some. I buy all my ammo from Virginia nowadays. Lol. Thank you for saying that, my friend. You are a wonderful man. Of course I am. Where else would I be? Lol. You would be on the moon. Oh, my neck is killing me. I'm not used to being up this late. Out of my chair. Out of your collection, you can take only 5. What are you taking? Oh, man. I have to remember what's all in the collection, dude. There's a lot of guns you haven't seen, so I can't name any of those. My 2 paras. So my Black Ops 1911 and my 1345. My STI Grandmaster, my 1894 and 3030, and my 930 Tactical. So 3 1911s, a shotgun, and a rifle. As cool as that would be, I'd rather be here telling you hi. Walls. Bastard. Dude, my neck hurts too. I just took some medicine for the pain and to relax the muscles in the right side of my neck. Sorry, dude. I buy my stuff from a no-toad dealer. If you could only choose Henry or Marlin, which one and why? Marlin, they are cheaper and just as good. I'm not a rifle guy, dude, and that's a weird question that I really can't answer well. Sorry. I don't like the other ors if onlys. I only answered Williams because he's been interacting a lot. I really don't like playing that game. Sorry, it does me no good. Use caution out in there. Yeah, so if you have AAC ammo, check it really closely and then put it in your stoutest gun. Yeah, dude, my neck pain is about an 8 out of 10. I'm going to put some Salon PAs on it. Oh, dude, I hope it works. You're good. I'm new into lever action myself. Got it. I mean, Henry stuff is decent, and I recently found a color case hardened 3030 side gate for a customer, but my grandfather worked for Winchester, so I'm going to have to veto your options and go with Winchesters. Marlin, because the 1895 says it kills T-Rex. Nice. What happened with AAC? According to TJ, there's a speculation that AAC ammo could be having some issues. I would highly recommend that you look at AAC or Palmetto's website as well as reputable news sources. If you listen to Brandon Herrera for your news, you're fucked. Have I had hands on the Kuna? I picked one up, but I didn't mess with it. Thoughts on Savage's 11s? They're too expensive, and I don't like the cut in the slide. But other than that, they look okay. If you're not in a constant state of post-nut clarity, then you're in a constant state of pre-nut confusion. Delusion. Nice. I'll check it out. Sounds like it may be a recent QC issue. That's what I would probably assume. Highly educated, but you never know. It is PSA. Their quality control can bounce up and down, no problem. All you people that are in here right now, all 3,900 of you, I can see all you hiding motherfuckers. Just fucking come in and say hi. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Maybe consider leaving a message of some sort to help the interaction for the channel. I really need it to grow, and I don't know why, but I got super tired all of a sudden. All the bacon I eat before the stream is acting up. And if you don't think I've been eating a lot of bacon, my face is breaking out from the grease, so fuck that. Don't forget to hit the hi button. Yeah. My opinion, what's my take on North American arms? NAA guns are cool, but they're not something that I really consider a viable firearm, personally. Check it out. I'm already losing my voice too. I don't know what's going on. It shows YouTube. We love him. And love him to tell him hi and that he's a good boy. I never messed with the Cooper rifle, CWL. Oh, no dead deer coffee. That's why you're tired. No dead deer. Actually, I can drink some of this water. Look, it's hey. Hello, Petros. Hello, Stone. Thinking about grabbing a Jackal 10. Heard they're a bit nose heavy. I would assume they would be, especially since everything's up in the top of the gun, but it is a 10, so it's an AR-10 style, so I actually think heavy's better. Militant! The hell, dude? Been forever. Because the Jackal has side charging, dude. It's what makes it different. And I would take PSA over Bear Creek, but I would not take PSA over like a good brand. And despite FN, there's a good reason too. Frick you, FN! Look, I put a side folding Ugg boot, mother father. What gun do you think is overpriced and overrated? Staccato, followed by Glock. Yeah, but you can fix PSA's problems. It's not like other companies like Chiappa where you have no chance because you can't freaking get it fixed. You wouldn't trust the NAA 22 mag as a backup even with a federal punch? I mean, I would trust it, but I wouldn't want to trust it. I'd take it if I had no other choice. Any one of y'all handle Ruger single actions, Vaqueros, or Blackhawks? Thinking of getting one? Yes, I've handled both. They're very solid. Devil Dog charging handle. There you go. So Mrs. Mouse is considering applying to a PhD program in Texas, and if she gets in, we would move there next year in fall. Sweet! You're going to join the United States of America. Ballistic Advantage barrels. We used to order them at Middletown every now and then. They seem fine. Is the Viper overrated? Depends on what you want the Viper to do. It is not a Porsche. It is not a BMW. It is not a Jaguar. It is a American two-wheel drive. If you have an older one, no traction control, beast. But they are very capable cars. Missed the big rebates. That sucks. Sorry, man. I believe Nighthawk Wilson Combat bought out Cooper of Montana. They are sweet shooters. If you ever get the chance, I would recommend checking them out. I'll have to check them out sometime. What would you ankle carry or boot carry then? I would carry probably, I have the Smith & Wesson Airweight 357, 1 3/4 inch. I would carry that. Have I seen the Athens 1911? I have seen it. I have no desire for one though. There goes another California running to Texas. They like the heat. Militant, thanks for the live stream. Comes in with a huge $20 donation. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. My eyes are literally closing on their own. It sucks. Nah. Drunk Mouse is cool. Drunk Mouse can go. Drunk knows what's happening. He knows the reason he's stuck there. I trust Drunk to get out of there and be cool. Sorry, Pit Viper, not the car. Oh, I never put my hands on one. If I ever get my hands on one, I can give you a real opinion. Dude, last night my chinchillas was chewing a cardboard box in his chinchilla condo, and I thought someone was trying to get in my house, and I went with my Airway to check it out. That's funny. Stone's got chinchillas. Well. Hi, Jiminy. How do you know I'm well? Yeah, dude, I'm not going to California, Texas. You should go on the coast. Don't go to Austin, dude. You might as well just give up your sense of sanity if you go to Austin. My wife just took her chinchilla to the vet because its eye is swollen. As long as its fur's not coming out, you can get by anything. What 2011 do you like? My 2011. My real 2011. Not that staccato bullshit. My real STI 2011 is the 2011 I like. But I also like Gerson and several other brands for their 2311s. Drunk, you have to visit us in California. We need you. Drunk, no. Yeah, there's a visitation tax, a driving tax, a flying tax, a thinking tax, a non-thinking tax, a tax on the tax for taxing taxes, and then the tax collector has to pay a tax on the taxes that he taxed after he taxes the tax for taxing taxes, and then those taxes get taxed again by the taxation office of taxing, which is a different taxing office from the taxing office that taxes the taxing office for taxing taxes that have been taxed after taxing the tax from taxing taxes. What's the tax on the sniper on the wall? The tax on the wall on the sniper is, you just called it a tax, and $50 bajillion. That is a gun that is way too expensive for what it is. So if somebody were to buy it and duplicate all the parts that are on that gun, it would be about $3,800. But it's honestly, I wouldn't spend more than $500. Do I have video shooting the Grandmaster? If not, is there one to come? There is one to come. I'm taking it to the range on Tuesday. Unfortunately, 38 Super is like 40 goddamn dollars a box. So thankfully, Goose bought me a box of ammo tonight with his donation, and I'm going to use that money to buy one. If you send me money through Cash App at $ Jiminy, then I use all that money towards the channel, to buying guns out, to getting guns out of prison, to everything else I need. Forget out of jail. So I've done everything I can in the last 2 months. I've spent about $2K on, I still need to make about $2,500, but yeah. One owner barely used, broken in. I know what I got, $30,000. Yeah, pretty much, dude. Kind of hard to see it, but it looks like a nice AR. I'll show it to you. They chew on everything. What, your kids? Yeah, I agree. Look, my crotch. My crotch. He's a good guy. That bulges because of my pants and my penis. So, anyways, militant. So that is my custom AR. It is a Virginia lower from PSA. It actually is a VA-15. Virginia 15 is the name of the model. On the other side of it, it says 6 Semper Tyrannis, and it is a 3-precision switch because it is a binary trigger. Favorite zombie gun? Shotgun, baby. So yeah, it's got Franklin Army binary trigger, custom stippling, unique AR upper. That's their barrel muzzle device on there. It has a Butler bolt, Radian Raptor charging handle, Burris full field optic, ambidextrous mag release. Yeah, so it's really, really nicely set up. My chinchilla is a good boy. His name is Pedro, aka Little Chef, Little aka Ratatouille. Any 22 long rifles? I've got a couple, but I don't really put them up here because this is mostly guns that are for sale or for show. So let's start over here. So we got the Beretta Enox Ghost. I'm going over all the guns again, guys. It's been an hour and a half. SAR K12 Sport, which is a Tanfoglio Stock 2 clone, a Tanfoglio Witness, which is a CZ75 clone, a Springfield Echelon, which is a Beretta. No, I'm just kidding. It's their own gun. SIG 229 Double Action Kellerman, the door for my IKEA desk that I've never put on. Para Ordnance 1345. Springfield Operator in 45. Gerson Influencer X in 9mm. Gerson Match X in 9mm. STI Grandmaster in 38 Super. Lago Alien. Drunk Mouse remembers that. We shot one of those in Pop Pop. Arex Alpha Gen 1. Canik Meta SFT, Taurus G3 Tactical, Ruger RXM, and the Glock 17, lonely and in the corner where it deserves to be, where it can't see any of the other guns because it is a bad boo-boo. All right, so that's the guns on the wall again. Anybody asks? Tell them. The gray one is Andy and the white one is Olaf. We named him Pedro from the movie Napoleon Dynamite. Yep. The alien is meh. I agree, but you know what? I'm going to rapid fire the hell out of it, and I'm going to throw it down the hill. Light my truck on fire and roll it down a hill. Shot the 4.0 and 4.5 compensated. I like them, but they were my girl's least favorite. That does happen. Not everybody likes compensated guns. Also, Mouse, look at all my STI mags. Actually, only 5 of them are actually STI. The rest of them are all checkmates, but So I have now currently 10 STI mags. The sex lube is somewhere with a sex doll. Alien seems like a good concept, but not for the price. Yep. My wife said I'd either choose her or my gun collection. So anyway, what recommendation do you have to add to my collection? Lols. I agree. Ah, my eyeballs. One of them is different than the other one that isn't the same as the first one. People subscribe, damn it. But yeah, so yeah, my STI came with 5 of these, and then over the course of owning that Gerson, I've acquired a total of 5 mags. And then Gerson is sending out the Brat this week, and that's going to come with 2 mags. T-Sauce is sending me 2 of their 2011s. Those will come with 2 mags, and I'm hoping to get a third one from them. So between all of that, I'll wind up with 18 mags. Dude, that's awesome about those mags. I'm still working on watching your review of the 19 rounders. Yeah. And the best part is because these are the STI, actual STI mags made by Checkmate back when they made them for them. Literally, these work in every 2011 that is STI pattern. So these work in my Gerson, and my Gerson ones, new Checkmates, work in the 38 Super. So if I buy enough rounds, I can load up 10 mags and not have to reload, because that'd be almost 200 rounds. Because 4 of them are 20 rounders, 2 of them are 19, and the rest are 17s. That Para Ordnance is groovy. Thank you. The Para Ordnance also has my Punisher comp on it, because I realized I had a Punisher comp laying around for an officer or commander size 1911. For those of you that don't know, the bushing on a commander or officer size, the cut for how it locks into the front of the gun is actually smaller. So you need to have a specific comp to run them on those guns. And that's what I have on there. Plus, it's blued like the rest of the gun. I thought it was cool. I thought it was awesome. So I did it. Some compensated guns don't run as reliably as ported guns. Plus, when you compensate a gun, like the comp on the Gerson, means that it loses an inch of barrel. So even though it looks like a 5-inch gun, it only has or 3/4 of an inch, so it's got a 4.4-inch barrel on it. So it's got just under half an inch of a comp. So you lose barrel because with a compensated gun, you have to widen the end of the barrel so that it doesn't shoot shaving straight up. Whereas ported, you don't have to do that. If the holes are under like a 1/16 of an inch, you don't need to remove the rifling. Any issues with the new 19 rounders? I won't know until Tuesday. I just got the Gerson back together. Did you see how I hate screwed the leaf spring into the back and got a oh yep, there you go. I have not shot it yet. I will shoot it on Tuesday, and I will make a shorts video, especially if there's a malfunction. Is dry firing a 1911, dropping the slide on an empty chamber, a real thing, or is it FUD lore? So, if you're talking about like what Masad Ayub started talking about and what some other FUDs talk about, I have, and I've talked about it before. I took a 1911 and I dropped the slide on an empty chamber 5,000 times over the course of a weekend. Literally, I just sat here, lock, drop, lock, drop, lock, drop. No failures of any kind. That being said, the odds of a failure are never 0, but they're damn near. So dry firing is a lie. When they tell you don't dry fire a 1911, it's because they're idiots and they don't know what they're talking about. 1911s are probably one of the most dry fired gun, because in the 80s and 90s, they were one of the more popular competition firearms. Those guys dry fire those guns 100,000 times a year. So no, it's all FUD lore. You also get to have it sleek and work without having to add unnecessary accessories. Yep, exactly. So timing can be screwed up when you comped. Yeah, dude, you did a good job on that. I wasn't kidding, Mouse. So my buddy Daniel and his daughter were in the store when I was trying to put the gun back together, and they'll tell you I was visibly getting flustered because I kept assembling it. And if you guys have ever messed with the rear leaf spring in a 1911, it has 3 tines. One is for the grip safety, one's for the sear and disconnector, one's for the trigger. The one on the far left is supposed to lay on top of the disconnector, where the middle one lays on the sear, and this one is for the grip safety. Well, I was laying them too far over, so the one that goes on the disconnector wasn't actually on it. So when I put the gun back together, it kept hammer following, which would have meant I would have had a fully auto 1911, which, yes, would have been cool, but it would have been a big pain in the ass. So I bent the shit out of it because I was angry. That's funny. I never messed with the leaf spring in a 1911. Too scary for me. Dude, worst case scenario, you replace it. Best case scenario, you wind up with a lighter trigger. I'm more worried about the fact that I accidentally took too much material off the slide rails because now it has more play than it used to. And I'm going to take it to the range and see if the accuracy got affected. I dry fire the crap out of my Rock Island. It's cathartic. Dude, dry firing is so much fun. If I could do it on a live stream, I'd literally be sitting here dry firing a gun. My only comps are on my 92 and 96, so no barrel removal, and it's machined to follow the lines. Also change the recoil spring to accommodate for it. On your 92 and 96, are those ones that are held in by the recoil or by the guide rod? No. Speaking of dry fires, dry firing a pump action with no snap caps bad. I'm not as big into the long guns as other people, but you're still hitting a center-fired cartridge, even though it's a shotgun shell. But I would just say if you're worried about it, just go order some snap caps, dude. They're like $7. Oh, that's not good with the play on the rails. Does it wobble left and right? I wouldn't say it wobbles. It doesn't have like too much play. It's not like dangerously wobbly. It's not a Glock, but it has more play than it used to. I can hear it when I move it, but when you shake it, you don't hear it, but you can feel a little bit of play. Also, don't forget, I took all the finish off the rails, off the frame, everything, so it freed up probably 3,000s. I'm bad for driving around dry firing new guns I buy. I catch myself doing it and have to stop before I get myself in trouble. I have caught myself trying to pick up a gun in my car, and then I realized that's probably not the smartest thing to do, especially when I live in a town with more cops than people almost. Nope, threaded barrel, Jarvis comp. Okay. Damn, let us know how it shoots. I definitely will, because now that it's got a sub 2-pound trigger in it, I want to compare it to my STI. Hey, man, what's your email? thejiminyshow@gmail.com. So it's my channel name @gmail.com. The university Mr. Mouse is applying to is near Dallas. Dallas is interesting. Just try to live on the outskirts if you can. Well, if you ever move or visit a state where you cannot carry a threaded barrel like where I'm at in California, just go port it. And if I'm not mistaken, it's not illegal to port. It's not illegal to port, and also some guns are legal. Like that Match X, the comp is part of the barrel. Same thing with my STI. Those are part of the barrel because there's no pins and it's not threaded. That is the barrel. It's just comped. You're looking at Lantana. I just like that name. Oh, move to Pflugerville. It's nowhere near there, but it's a cool name. How much to get hit with a rubber ball? Me? No. Watch Houston Jones if you want to see people get hit with freaking non-lethal stuff. I can't do that. Have I ever had a ported 1911? No, just the comped one personally. Sorry. Thank you for asking, though. And thank you for asking me. You want to port a 2-inch 856? That's going to throw a lot of shit straight up, man. Just be ready for that. Thicker. Thicker. Got to be careful, man. Weird California law. My C96 can be legally threaded pistol because it has a fixed internal. Oh, yeah. There's always rules that get you around other rules. Hi, Cody. Swing by. I've got 68 pepper. No, I'm good, dude. I'm good. I will believe you. I believe you, sir. Please don't hurt me, mommy. Mommy. Da-da-but-that-boot-day. Oh, shit. Here we go again. That reminds me, I gotta go pick up a laptop tomorrow. Fuck. Ambi safety or not? If it has it, I'll take it. I'd never have added one. I've never needed to add one. I thought Mexican was asking for himself. Yeah. Dude, if I move to Texas, I'm going to have so much fun and spend so much money. Sounds like a fun thing to do. I cannot stop yawning. It's been a while since I stayed up this late, dudes. I'm working it, though. I'm working it. Working it. He's working it. He's working it. He's working it. He's working it. I can't even mouse. I just verbed mouth. I could finally buy a can. Well, I mean, you can always buy a can. It's just whether or not you can legally do it, right? I mean, come on, right? Come on, right? I just don't have anything threaded to put it on. Lol. I'll help you with that one, dude. We can do that, Stone, or Joe can help. Joe's not helping anything when he doesn't know what you guys are talking about. You tell me what you're talking about. If it's more stickers and shit, I swear to gosh. I just literally censored the word God after saying shit. I'm stupid some days. No NFA items. It's so stupid. Yep. You wouldn't recommend porting a 2-inch? No, do it. It just be prepared. That's all. Heading to the range tomorrow, taking a sub 2K, P10C, and a security 380. Sounds like you're going to have a good time, brother. So 3 different rounds, right? Or is your sub 2K 9? You hit me with the rubber ball, doo-dah, doo-dah. It really hurt and made me fall. Now I'm suing you. Gonna sue all night, gonna sue all day. You hit Joe in the back, man. Now you gotta pay. Dun-dun-dun. Your sub 2K is 9mm? Nice. Lol, the stickers. I did not participate in those. Yeah, a lot of people didn't, my guy. And I am screwed because of it, but whatever.
We'll take turns. No, you won't. Figgle sticks. Fibble sticks. Dibble brips. Pibbles. Piddly, 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 piddly.
I'm confused. Prepared for what? I don't know. What did I say? Isn't there a threaded dingus you can buy to turn oil filters into suppressors? Not legally, but you do what you got to do, son. I cannot tell you. I cannot hint you in the direction of doing things that are illegal. Oh, I don't think he knows about the stickers, Stone. Oh, I know about the stickers. I've seen the goddamn stickers. Oh, you're talking about somebody else? Hang on a second. I will go get the stickers. Although I would ask Stone that if you do another run of these, please take Wind City Armory off of them. Jiminy Show is fine, but I really don't want my FFL associated with this. Just wait and see the 3D printed ones. Fuck you. I haven't tried PO9 Nocturne. I think there was one that you had to do paperwork for, legally speaking. So, they only had the P10C for sale and not rental. Gotcha. So if you remembered the titty stream, yeah. You guys feel like having another one of those weird ass nights? I still got everything. That is a funny sticker. Yep. So Stone wants to make them and sell them. But like I said, Stone, if you can take Wind City Army off of it for me, please. That would be my only request. I think that's a reasonable one. My sister owns a Sig Sauer 9mm. Is that a good choice? So the gun that you own, the gun that you choose is very dependent on your personality, but a big part of that has to do with your comfortability with it. So if she shoots it a lot and she's comfortable with it, then absolutely. Oh, damn, you do know about the stickers. I didn't 3D print any of them. That's fine. I would actually tell you guys that you probably need to apologize to Goose because he paid me $100 for that picture. I'll let you do it, Stone, but don't be afraid when the time comes. Don't push out. Ooh, watches. I don't know why I like buying watches. If I can buy them for like $6 for like 10 watches, I just buy them. Every now and then you get a nice Timex and shit. I emailed you, check out the one I 3D printed. Oh, God. Are you guys seriously making weird shit with my boobs? That is probably the weirdest thing I've said this afternoon. Okay, somebody sent me an email with nothing on it. So, dude that was looking to send me an email, I received it. Go ahead and send what you were going to say. I mailed you, checked it out. No weird stuff. Yeah, no, I'm seeing it. Is that all printed with PETG? Kind of cool, dude. What gun is most fun to shoot? Honestly, whatever you like to shoot. I did get the email. I got it. Said you making one for your mama? Silk PLA. That's pretty cool, dude. Might have to ask you to print me a logo in that. I'll pay you for it. I'll give you upwards of 3 cents on the dollar for your work. I know how to pay for work. Multicolor, there's a $20 bill inside of there. I will definitely give you $3 for a card with a $20 bill in it. Every day. You made it for her. Oh, that's so sweet. Because she made you. And you cost a lot more than $20. Especially since you got a degree and all that stuff. So, you new people. Babs. Babs. But I'm just saying, could you see that on the alien? Like right on the grip. Epoxied into it. I can. Make anything you want. Mrs. Mouse said there's a deal I can't refuse. Lols. I'll send you one of the booby stickers. What'd you get your mom for Mother's Day? I gave her the gift of 29 years of me not talking to her. You talking about my other mom? Her birthday was a week ago, so we usually combine everything. And I'm actually trying to be less emotional today because a really close family member of ours died today. So, and she's actually going there right now to be with them. So that actually just made me sad. Seriously, let me know what you want printed in the PLA. Happy to do it. I got a deal and I got a kilo spool. I'd like to get like the Jiminy show or if you could do the Wind City Armory in a different color, one of those. That'd be cool. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Thank you, man. Totally unexpected, and it's a very complicated thing, so it sucks. Still kind of like letting it sink in for the most part in terms of that, because the last time I saw them was at Christmas, so. Sending groovy vibes. Thank you. More send prayers for her husband. Got to figure out what he's going to be doing, so. Yeah, it was one of those weird out of the blue things, and it sucks. So, sure, you got to do it. I want to make the letters bigger for you. That would be cool. Absolutely, dude. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. like I said, they're more my dad's friends and stuff, but I really enjoyed hanging out with these people. They're very close family friends in that regard. Um, so like I said, I don't know them as well as my parents do, but yeah, it does suck because we used to every year when we go up for like the holidays and stuff, we'd always stop at their house and have dinner and hang out and stuff. So that's not going to happen anymore. Which, like I said, it's actually bumming me the fuck out. I didn't think it was going to hit me this hard, and it just did. Huh. I'll be all right. It just, like I said, it just threw me for a loop there for a second. Was not expecting that to happen. Let's get back to having a good time. So I was punching this midget in the face, and what guide rod do you prefer, GI or full length? Doesn't matter to me. I kind of like the GI just because I like to do the Al Pacino pressure check. You're handling well, strong character. I've been there. Thanks for still showing up. Yeah, so like I almost didn't, and then my mom is just leaving her car at the airport, so I was originally going to be closed at my store tomorrow because I needed to take her to the airport, but she's decided to take herself to the airport, so I will be open tomorrow, but I don't know how long I'm going to be open. I might close early, so sorry, buddy. I'm here anytime. Just call or text away. I appreciate that. I'm usually very, very quiet normally when it comes to that stuff, but I appreciate the hell out of you guys for even saying that. Platypus would go good on the wall tonight. Yeah, it would definitely look good up there. If I'd ever get off my ass and order one, I'm going to sign up as a dealer so I can get a discount. Is that abuse? Yes. My Rock Island has a full-length guide rod. I was thinking of getting a GI one. So the thing that people always point to when you have a GI guide rod is that it could appreciate that, mouse, is that supposedly it could bind up because the half-length guide rod mixed with the spring and everything. You got to do something funky to get it to jam up on there. So for the most part, you're not going to get it to jam up. You will not get it to jam up. If you do manage to get it to jam up, like I said, you did something funky. Standing up and walking moves stuff in my tum-tum. I call dibs on the Blue Grandmaster, especially if I move to Texas. Sorry, I wish I could give you that option, but Stone beat you to it. But yeah, I'm not selling I'm refusing to right now. Now, in 7 minutes, I may change my mind. But as of right now, it's like the one gun I don't want to sell. Like, of all the guns I've acquired in the last year, that's the one I don't want to sell. Been around for a century, so I'm not concerned about that. Exactly, man. GI length guide rods have been around forever, but the full length guide rods came out, and Stone has enough good stuff. Hey, man, you got your Stackadow. What was I about to say? Oh, yeah. When the full-length guide rods came out, everybody thought that was the best thing ever, and it kind of threw everything off. You know, everybody started all of a sudden saying, no, this one's not as good as that one. I'm drunk. Also, dibs on the Gerson Match X. Yeah, no. Now that I modified the shit out of it. No, so here's the thing, guys. For those of you that don't know, I've been working with a lot of companies behind the scenes. SIG is sending me the 1911X, and I'm going to compare it to the Springfield. But that one is the only gun out of all the guns I got coming, that's the only one that I have to send back. SIG, for some reason, doesn't want to do a review sample that I get to keep for doing other reviews. So I'm going to see if I can get it for industry price when I'm done. T-Sauce is sending me the BR9 double stack, the second generation 5.7, and I'm going to buy the DS Comp from them. Gerson is sending me the Brat, and then a couple other companies have guns in the works towards me. Yeah, dude, and I got a Wilson Combat EDC X9. See, you got some good-ass stuff. If you go to Texas, you're getting a Golden Retriever. I'm absolutely on board for that, dude. I love Goldens.
I love Goldens.
Actually, one of my first dogs was a golden retriever, but I was so allergic to dogs when I was a child that my dad had to give it to my grandmother. Yeah, Tessa. 40 years ago, Tessa. It's nice that Sig's working with me. Yeah, and I'm definitely have no problem working with them. So, I already told them. So they asked me what guns I had. I gave them the list of the Sigs I had. So we're working around it. I was trying to talk them into giving me a Sig 226 Classic, but available everywhere. Everywhere. You're gonna try to buy a 10 millimeter 06? Dude, let me know if you get it. Where? Ah! Sorry, I walked around without my shoes and now my ankle hurts. I didn't mean to holler. Mina holla, Mickey Oshala. She insists it's going to be an indoor dog. Really? You want a golden for an indoor dog? That's kind of punishing to the dog. I'm sorry. I'm going to throw that out there. I don't think that's a good thing to do to a dog. Especially not a golden. That's my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Please understand that is just my opinion. If you don't like that opinion, I totally get that. Have you seen the X5 Reserve? It's like a competition 226. Yes, I have. It's a $3,000 gun, though. So I have no desire to try to acquire one. I'm going to try and buy one of the guns you're trying to buy is on auction. Got it. She says indoor outdoor dog. Indoor outdoor dog is fine. I approve of that, but please don't get a golden and keep it inside. Goldens need to run. Goldens need to be able to get up and run around. Honestly, they do. Just get a bigger house. Mega blocks. I think you should be free in a backyard with a little doghouse. That would work too. Does 38 Super have more horsepower than 9? What's the major differences between the two? Yeah, that is the biggest thing, is that it's packed a lot hotter. It qualified for major power factor with competitions. And you can get more rounds in a lot of the guns because they usually had extended mags. Stone, I'm looking into buying a house with enough land where I can have a little pistol range. That would be so cool. They were big hunting dogs before, right? Ducks and pheasants. Not sure. Honestly, I don't know. I've never gone that far. Uh, 300 is Mexico's caliber. That would make sense. God damn, I didn't know the X5 was that expensive, and yeah, I have a German Shepherd and a few hundred acres to let him run. Few hundred acres? He must disappear all the time. Ooh, moving vans. I want to bid $10 on a moving van. If I win it, I'm going to live in it. You can get a 2-bedroom condo in Compton or Skid Row in California for that price. Ha! I'm planning on getting about 60 acres plus a barn dominium for like 200. Dude, there's places over here, like when I first moved here in 2011, the townhouse that I was in was 95 grand. In 2018, because of urban sprawl in DC coming into Virginia, that same townhouse sold for 248,000 to the first person that looked at it, and that was in 18 before COVID. If you buy property, you're stuck. That's not the way to live, man. So I just bid $10 on a 25-foot box truck. Stone, if I win it, I'm bringing it to you. You can put your whole business in the back. What am I going to do with a 25-foot box truck? Where her school is. Denton, Texas. I've heard of Denton. I have a dent in my head.
I'm a beatboxer.
I are good at beatboxing. Thank you so much.
I like the Latana name and had a client who lived there and loves it. It's too close and it looks cool. Then you should definitely consider being there, man. It's such a good place for you. I've been to a place called Place one time. Actually, in Minnesota, we had a place called Now Then. It was two unincorporated towns, Now and Then. They combined them to be Now Then. If you don't believe me, fucking Google it. Funny thing is, SpongeBob address is real.
Lives in a under the butt of the bear. Ah, ba, dee, ba.
Are you a knife nerd? Nope. Yeah, that's cheap ass. Yeah, well, you know, North Carolina is actually very reasonable, and the area has a lot of good restaurants, man. I was actually pretty damn impressed at the number of good restaurants that were down by his house. And only 4 people solicited me for sex. Oh, by the way, the sex doll that somebody mailed to me, its name is Carl. She's beautiful. If you know what movie that's from, 4 extra points to you. $2018 in Virginia, 3,000 square feet would have run you $325. Only 4, so sorry. There's a stereotype in North Carolina. There's a lot of racist people. That's just what all the white people say. Huh! Little die-cast cards. I just sold my 625 square foot condo in Vancouver for... Oh yeah, don't you know, in Vancouver you can sell things for a lot of money, and that's 535 Canadian, so that's like 300,000 American. How you doing, Crypto? You think we'd be all right in Texas? I think we'll be fine. Dude, if you are accustomed to paying California money, when you get to Tejas, it's going to be really good. I just overbid on those. Fuck me. Ooh, Dodge Dart. What do you think of the SIG 1911X? I have one coming for review. I will give you a more in-depth review once I get it. But my anticipatory things are it looks really good. So, no. Lumberton, North Carolina is not full of racist people. They just don't like people that aren't white. Is that really racism? Why am I buying die-cast cars? Oh, because they're worth a lot of money. Yeah, I'm excited too. Dude, I'm telling you, you are going to love Texas compared to where you are now. You're going to go outside, and the only time you hear a gun going off is when you're shooting it. What else is just as fun as 38 Special? 44 Special. I have some old school die-cast NASCAR cars. My grandfather had a shite ton, dude. What else is just underrated comment? Thank you. Lego Mona Lisa. Well, I think I have to bid on that. So the Indians are racist? I can get behind that. Would I trust Charter Arms? To do what? Be a gun? Probably. To save my life? Probably not. They had a model in 44 Special. Who did? Just picked up a Gerson Untouchable subcompact. Any thoughts? I I haven't played with the Untouchable myself, but Gerson stuff has been pretty solid. I do have the Brat coming, which is like the 2311 version of the Untouchable, so I'm hoping for good things. Use metallic gold rattle can, nice range toy. Joe, my SCT-19 slide lock lever doesn't allow my slide to rack all the way. I have to depress the slide lock, and then it allows the slide to rack completely. Any idea what might be causing this issue? What is the SCT? Why is that familiar? All right, so have you disassembled it at all? Because it sounds like when a Glock is doing that, it's because the slide lock slide release is sitting on top of the spring where it should be sitting under the spring. So, or under the roll pin. If the roll pin moved too much and it popped up, that could be causing it. Dale Earnhardt just locked them up. Not bad. Might put them up for sale. Nice. I got a wife a grade A Wagyu steak for Mother's Day. Damn. Why is Canik hated on? Canik is not hated on, at least not for the circles I run in. I don't know of anybody that really hates on Canik. The only Canik I don't like is the TTI Combat because it's not a real TTI. Gerson is a range toy now, but nothing wrong with the range toy. Yeah. Well, I could always detune that trigger. I could actually rebend the spring and make it like a 3-pound trigger. And a 3-pound trigger, I would carry a 3-pound trigger. My Para Ordnance has a 3.5-pound trigger. Been a pretty good month for guns for me. Picked up 7 OEM 90s Berettas military mags in excellent condition for $9 a pop. That's a good deal, Brandon. Finally learned how to zero red dots and hollows, and it's been fun. Awesome, dude. Not hated, just not first choice. Because there are so many guns in the price range that Canik fits. Canik, even base model SIGs, but Smith & Wesson, Springfield stuff, obviously Glocks, Smith & Wessons. All those guns are in the same price point, and a lot of people don't think about the Smith & Wesson because a lot of people don't think about Turkish stuff. A lot of people think that all Turkish stuff is bad. Did you hear about the Canik billboards here in California? People in text me and freaking out. No, I did not. But that's nice. Why isn't the Canik TTI a real TTI? Because every Terran Tactical Innovations gun, the 34, the 1911s, all those guns, all the real guns are built by Canik or by Terran Tactical. He has full involvement with the guns. The Canik TTIs are literally Canik SFT Pros with a couple of things that Terran suggested built in Turkey by Canik. They might be built in Florida now, but they're built by Canik and just have Terran Tactical's name on it. That's why they're not $3,000 guns. They're not real Terrans. They're just Terran inspired. It's kind of like, have you ever seen an M Sport BMW where it has all the body kit of a fucking M5, but it's got the diesel engine in it? Same thing. It's not a real M5. It's not a real Terran Tactical gun. 9mm striker fire market is so saturated. Yep. Stone says Canik coming to California, has big pictures of it and all the liberals. Nice. I'm planning on taking my 7.62 AK in 1911 for my woods kits. What are your loadouts for outdoor? I really don't do anything outdoors, but it's always a 1911 and usually a shotgun. I'm going to try to post it on Discord. You should, if you got a picture. We like pictures and we like fish. That's why I prefer 1911 or revolvers and metal only. That's also why I put the Sharps Brothers frame on my Echelon, because I like metal frame guns, man. Just like S-Line Autos. Yes. And Mercedes AMG Sports or whatever they were called. They're all the same, man. They're all bullshit. Oh, my neck is killing me. What time is it? 12 o'clock, so we got about 45 minutes left because I started early. That artillery Luger is at 1,800. 1,800 with what, 8 days left? That's not terrible, but it always goes up in the last minute. So, said hi. Frick all of you. Hit the like button, you crazy kids. So, there's a cupcake pop Funko Pop cupcake. That's how you know our lives are over. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Hey, your neck is feeling better? I'm happy for you, dude. Absolutely happy for you. I'm happy for you, dude. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. So who's getting the Bitcoin gun? As soon as you give me 2 Bitcoin, I will spend it on not that gun. Two 220s are fine. I hated mine because it had the wrong sights on it. And then, of course, I made a video on it, and literally everybody blamed me because they were all a bunch of bitches. Oh, that's user error. User error. 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 2-port. It's $90,000. So yes. How's your Friday? Redneck, what's up? There's a shop an hour for me selling in near mint condition with the original box manual for $900 pre-taxes in California. Is it worth it or overpriced? For what? Oh, for a Browning? Depends on the year, man. Year is the most important factor. Well, also where it was built. Was it Argentinian or was it Belgian? If it's Belgian for $900, you're good. Ooh. I can get a bra for my fake boobies. 1905 Browning? Okay, you're talking about one I don't know about. Are you talking about the shotgun? KK, I posted the pic. Do you think the Bitcoin gun would even run properly? It might, but they're probably banking on nobody actually shooting the damn thing. Oh, we don't want to shoot this. Yes, you do. But we don't want to shoot this. Yes, you do. No, we don't want to shoot this. You should shoot it. I don't want to shoot this. You posted it in the general section. I'll check it out after the live stream. I don't want to open it up here because I'm watching, doing this. Ooh, smart glasses. I mean, it's a court. Aren't they near perfect? Yeah, courts are, but they're not always. No, it's not the one with the safety on the grip in the back of the left side and the 25 mini pistol. Oh, hard for me to say. I'd have to do research. I don't know that gun. "34 people? Holy shit. My son has my other phone." Yeah, well, I have sex daily. I mean, I have dyslexia. Kind of thinking about getting a Ruger RXM. There's one right there, bud. I'll send it to your FFL. Just get a hold of me tomorrow. Not only will I sell it to you for the grand sum of money, that is all. One with like 5K of gold inlay. Yep. How can I find out where it was made? You need the serial number, and then you can do a lookup. But if it's a 1905, it was probably Belgian. I just asked him when I go back. Yeah, you can. When are you becoming a Nighthawk dealer? There's a Nighthawk dealer that's like 20 miles from me, so I don't even know if I could. I can't get on Discord right now because I got to re-download it. Mr. Letterman can know, let him know is like, what the frick? And I'll be like, hey, man. Just bidding on random shit at this point, dude. It's got a week before it's done, so. Holler at you, boy. Can't get on Discord. When am I becoming a Chiappa dealer? As soon as I lose my goddamn mind. Speaking of FFL, after I finish getting my AEMT license, plan to get my FFL to start doing the gun show circuit. Yeah, just be wary. The ATF is being a bunch of bitches when it comes to private FFLs. So just be prepared that, yeah, they might be really stringent on their requirements before they'll issue you a private FFL. Dude, who the fuck uses Windows 10 32-bit? You kidding me? But I need your discount through them. I could find out what I can do. Dude, Sarko and PA has some extremely white, nice curios that I was like a kid in his candy store. Yep. But if you had like a big old, credit card that you wanted to just run up your debt on, man. I'm hoping that being a first responder, having a couple NFA items will tip the scales in my favor with the local agents. That's not how FFLs work. I'm sorry. Owning NFA items doesn't mean anything because the background that you go through for an FFL is different than it is for like even an NFA item. Yes, you are turning in your fingerprints and stuff, but it's handled by a completely different section. Just giving you a heads up, dude. It may go smoothly for you, but just be prepared. Private FFLs are on the decline in terms of growth because too many of people are doing them. Do COE take over a year to get approved? What COE? Also, yes, everybody hit your like button. I just took my own like away. Hit your like button if you haven't yet, please. I need you guys here with me. I need you all hitting my button because nobody's hitting the button. If you don't hit the button, you're a bunch of punk ass bitches. That's coming from my grandmother. She told me to say that. On the credit card, didn't even cross my mind. Keep working on low debt to income. Yeah, but if the gun is nice enough, dude, I say screw it, and that's tomorrow me's problem. It's probably why I do stupid shit. Don't listen to me. I always like and I'm subbed. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. It's basically everybody else that isn't needs to be, and if you are, great. Thank you. Oh, my neck is killing me. Looking for a PCC. Would rather prefer 945 but not set. What would you recommend or alternative? CMMG Banshee. They make one in 45. Tommy Built does a UMP in 45. I was about to say another one. Oh, Ruger LC Carbine. They make that in 45 ACP. Check that one out. It's usually under a G. I would definitely recommend them. Stop burping. Strybog. Do they make one in 45? Yeah, I would definitely recommend a Strybog. Does Xtar make a 45? I thought they just did the EP9s. Yeah, the tomorrow problem. Haha, I went there the morning I flew out, so it would have been hard because my bags were packed and the C96 took up a lot of space in the locked case. Gotcha. Nah, it makes sense, dude. Stone, is the Echelon more accurate than the Hellcat Pro? Yes, because it's a bigger gun, heavier frame. That would make sense that it just came out, because like I said, personally, I've never heard of it, but there's a lot of things I've never heard of. I don't even know what a tree is. I've been looking at the Ruger PCC. I think it paired with the Glock and 45 would be cool. Now you're just somebody that I used to know, somebody. Wow. Don't think I could have made that much worse. Also, why 45 over the 5.7 version? 45 thumps them, baby. Do I need 41 toothbrushes? I think I need 41 toothbrushes. Could always build an AR PCC, especially if using Glock mags. Do they do them in 45? What happens to the guy who opened the ammo in your store and dropped all the rounds? He ain't coming back ever again. Actually, he's going to, but he's going to be wearing the fake titties. Curious of your opinion on remaking older guns like the Luger C96, Webley, etc. Same gun but new. I am actually fine with that. If somebody wants to do that, I'm 100% behind that because it literally does nothing to me. They're not my style guns. Like PSA trying to redo a lot of the guns is one of those companies that does exactly what you're talking about. They are what they are, man. That was such a funny short. I reckon I won't eat nobody. Cody is still hanging around. He is still alive. I plan on putting you in my trunk. The FN57 is too expensive. I got it, but they're not worth it. The FNX45 is totally worth it. Also, yes. Oh my God, I gotta stop doing stuff. My neck just spiked. Has anybody seen my brain? Oh, all right, don't do that again. A Luger C96 in 45 ACP would cool as hell. C96 in 38 Super. I think that is the way. Oh, that is the way, my friend. If you're going to do something, do it in a way that is doable. Doable. Oh, much more doable. Oh, that's an estate sale. We don't care about the estate sales. Oh, excuse me. I have 10 questions for you. 4 of them are not what you would think they are. We are sitting here and we are just talking now. Yeah, I'm going to sit back a little bit and go ahead and shrink this down just a little bit. There you go. I'm going to sit back. Okay, thank you very much. Ask the questions. I like trunks. But the one thing about my trunk, Cody Miller, is that you will not be able to get to the taillight, so you will not be able to get out. Also, I move with that pull thingy, the one that you can pull and pop and jump out. That's way too easy, my friend. Also, you're going to be taped up like a burrito. What is happening to him? Look, he's a very American boy. Talks like this, but he has all the guns. Very good. Very, very good. Funny enough, I made a C96 in 45 ACP. It's the Chinese Type 17. Nice. What's the weird dream gun that you want? Mine is a polished Whitney Wolverine with the polish. I could have bought one of those recently, and I didn't. All of that sounds appealing. You had me at... Oh, thank you for the burrito. Is the new Caltech 57 going to be better priced than the FN? Yes. I can't imagine any Caltech other than like some of their RDBs, RBBs, RFBs, RMF, BB, CDBF. All of those are expensive, but the Caltech 57 is like $600 or $700 or something like that. I was it like looking for 30 Mauser ammo. Actually, 30 Mauser is not that hard to find. It just gets a little expensive. It's like 70, 80 cents a round, I think is what Mouse was saying. However, I'm looking at fucking $40 for 50 rounds of 38 Super for that bitch up there. So that's almost 80 cents a round. That's not bad for the Caltech compared to the 5.7. Gael, welcome in, my friend. We are here until 1 o'clock, so you still got plenty of time. FN 570 is like the most expensive 5.7. No, yes, the actual 5N, yes, it is. You know what it's cheaper than, though? 338 Lapua. If you're going to carry 338 Lapua, you should probably be ready for the boom. M1917 US Enfield. Oh, that's a good one, minion. You should be shooting that all the time. Out the back door, down the street. If there is a squirrel, you can take them out with a 50 cal. Great, I'm at work, so I did not notice any notifications. Sorry about that, Guile, but thank you for checking in a little bit. That makes you my favorite. Midway Used had 50 round boxes of 30 Mausers for $32. Yeah. That's not the worst ever, but that's still over 60 cents around. Damn it. Oh my God. Make sure you guys hit the like button. All right, I'm done with that accent. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all gonna be clicking on stuff. I waited for one yours. Design is awesome. Okay, there we go. Hope you enjoyed the stickers, Lamau. It's amazing how many people knew about that. Nothing but stickers and make sure you guys hit the like button. Not a fan of 45, 223, 9mm, etc. I'm a 30-06 and a 45 fan. U.S. Army used it. I see no issues. Yeah, but they also use 308, and they use the 223 for training, I bet. And 45, come on, baby. Thompsons and 1911s, buddy. Wait, you're not a fan of 45, but you're a fan of 45. You're throwing me off. What happened to your water-cooled PC from way back in the day? I'm still rocking this one. I change my water-cooled PC about as much as I change my car, so a couple of times a year. Get you a little bit closer since I'm shitting this way. So I'm also working on my other office this weekend, so hopefully I'll have that set up. You only like 30 cal and 45. Gotcha. I met somebody who was obsessed with 223, but wanted a 2556 band because it's a military round. I stared at them feeling my brain cells die. Mr. Sir, man, but that 8,000 PSI difference is all that matters, man. It's like civilian, military. Civilian, military.
Civilian.
Military.
Civilian.
Military. 45 all the way, bitch. I didn't know you had a CX4. I like to eat apples and bananas. Like I said, I got the PX4 Storm in 45 that's still in jail. 460 XVR that's still in jail. A couple of my 1911s are still in jail. M1903 Springfield and a Colt 45. If it was good enough for my great-great-grandpa, it's good enough for me. How about a no-firing replica Chiappa Rhino and Rainbow PLA for Pride Month? If you send that to me, I will definitely hang that on the wall. Because I will also tell everybody repeatedly that it is as reliable as a firing one. I sent you a picture of it a long time ago. Are you sure you did? If you did, I can't remember it. I don't shoot it off, and I wouldn't. Ugh. Personally, I think 300 block out of a 10.5 to 12.5 with the suppressor and an adjustable stock is a go-to weapon system. I'm happy as hell with mine. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with you. That is a hell of a setup. I run a 7.5 inch 300 blackout, but yeah. AK-47 or AK-74, pick. You have 30 seconds.
Not my daughters. I can't pick.
47, I've never really messed with the 74. What happened to the Celsius I left in your car? It's probably still in the back. Is that the G3 Tactical? You got it, buddy. 2,200 rounds going strong. Of all the things I ever did, I did things that I did when I didn't do what I did.
What the hell? I know you just didn't say that.
I said what I said, man.
That's not a vertical grip up there. The bear, the bow, the bear, the boom, bear, the bear, the bear. Come on, man. You need a car 98 on the wall.
I don't do the old stuff, man. I really don't. I really don't.
That ain't what we're gonna do around here. And everybody going around here, but come on now, everybody talking about every time we go and hang out, everybody's gonna be mad about it. Come on now, CX4 Storms look neat, and is the recoil any different with the rotating barrel? Is the CX4 a rotating barrel? I thought it was just freaking modeled after him. Guess that teaches me. What did it teach you? It taught me that words. I'm my own grandpa because I married a woman and my dad married her daughter. That's how you legally become your own grandfather, by the way. Guys, these expensive guns don't save you like a $300 Sky. Damn, if you're using a Sky and you win, you deserve that win. You're missing out, bro. A lot of old stuff is hella fun and badass. I'm just not a rifle guy, dude. I got 1911s. That's about as old. Ow. You think I won't carry my STI? Because I won't. You imagine dragons. Only gun I ever actually despised was a Gerson MC14T. They originally got it because my mom having arthritis. When I shot it, it ripped up my hand. Recoil was atrocious, and it was a 380. Did not know that. I'm going to actually be getting one soon here-ish. Women in tights, tights. Going around protecting people's rights. Women in tights. So, hates guns, right? Hates guns. A new boob-tastic game. A rise for the gentleman's harem. New titillazing browser game. Titillazing. That's a real word. Yet if I touch one of those, the live stream ends. So here's the thing with the Sky, right? When they first came out, they were $179. Always on sale. Made them a good value. Then if you bought the DVG, you got a striker fire gun, but by the time the DVG came out, there were way too many other guns out there. So now that the DVG came out, you know, you got the Rugers, you got the Smith & Wessons, you got all the better guns out there. I've carried the Alien. You'll never see it again. Ha 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 ha. Same with Facebook. Can't call someone stupid, but they advertise legit porn. Dude, they do that in the marketplace too. I was looking through Marketplace looking for fucking computers, and there was fucking full-on hardcore anal porn on Facebook Marketplace. Are you kidding me? Here's how you get laid. Or some stupid shit. I installed the binary trigger. Well, good for you. I'm fading fast, kids. What time is it? 12:30. We're getting there. And like you said, the weirdest thing is, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm literally going to sit and play with my phone for an hour. All right, by phone, I mean my penis. Women in tights.
Are all of you subscribed yet? Yeah, the lights that I have aiming up are a yellow tint, and the ones that should be white are not as well. So it's throwing like a gold look on everything. But so I've got two big 4 foot by 5 foot pegboard, and I have my other office, and I'm gonna line that wall, I think, because I found a bunch of wood. That's right, Jill's got wood, and I'm gonna mount those on the wall, and then I can literally put every gun up. Ow! Internet rules are whack. Yeah, they are. Phone autocorrected. SCCI to scat. That kind of fits, wouldn't you agree? What's wrong? What love got to do with it? What love?
I'm doing that on purpose in the wrong key, by the way. If you ever watch my shit, you'll know I can sing. I sing so well. Waiting for you people to type something so I can answer questions. Said hi. Hello. Good night, everyone. Thank you again. Juan, thank you for coming in. You ever tell your buddy that it was your echelon? Nah, like I said, I could be a bitch and really mess with you guys, mess with my buddy, but what's going to come of it? So I've known him for years, 10 years now. He's always been good to me. He's always given me good prices. He's always given me good deals. So I'm not going to go after him for $100. You know what I mean? He's given me thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in discounts over the years. Like even with the pawns that I've been picking up, getting my guns out of jail and stuff, he likes to give me better deals. So I can't be mad at him and stay mad at him. Have I ever met Hickok? I have not met another YouTube content creator outside of John McClain from Rock Island Auction and Rock Island Armory, and that's because he was at the NRA show. Here, for the last 30 minutes, we'll do this. Can you actually hear them that my voice is cracking and not because of puberty? Don't forget, the one that takes batteries also uses CO2. Did you see the Smith & Wesson bodyguard video I just did? I literally say in that video that I literally fell asleep in the middle of a sentence in that video. And that looks good there. There you go. Just put that over the Glock logo. Nah, it's good where it is. If I pull it off, it won't stick again. I want a bodyguard 2.0. Contact me, bro. Oh, it's not up there. Contact me through the store, dude. I got one. I'll give you a good deal on it. WinCityArmory.com. .com. Whatever happened to Eva Mendes? God damn, she was hot. I really want to get into your pants. Van Scott, how are you, sir? What is going on in your world? Is your world going great? Are you having a wonderful time? Did you eat your pasta? I was going to say something really bad. Well, my wife started laughing with the sticker. I don't know what you're talking about. What sticker? What was that Smith & Wesson pistol? That was a tiny hammerfire pistol that came out with called. That is the CSX. They came out with a new version of it called the CSXE. Where do I find the store? Win City Armory. Here, look, right there. Win City Armory. .com. You want to buy the P10F by the end of the year? Well, we might have to make that work. What 1911 has blue grips? There is no 1911 with blue grips. That is a CZ75 clone. Have you ever tried reloading shotgun shells with pennies in it? It wild out in the woods. I have not, but you could also just stuff the barrel with pennies. How is it that tiny pistol? From everything I've heard, the M&P 2.0 is actually really, really, really good. Sorry, Van Scott. Yeah, the one with the blue grip is a 2011 STI Grandmaster. I apologize. When you said 1911 with the blue grips, I'm thinking of an actual 1911. I apologize, sir. Have I ever come across a P08? I did once, but then I got yelled at and kicked out of the store. I do be liking the original CSX my friend has. It has a shit trigger in it. That's why the E-Series is so much better. I don't know what I've been told, but frozen jelly's really cold. Why'd you get kicked out? Because I came on a PO8. This is really dumb. Yes, it is. Lamau. Yeah, sorry. Oh my God, Markiplier is still doing Let's Plays? That's amazing, actually. And he still has long hair like a dumbass. Fucking Asian people, man. Shave your head. Come on. I think we're getting down to the bottom here, boys. You guys have a crag. I got to sell my house now. Why do you got to sell your house, dude? It's like $500 with 80 rounds. Good stream. Thank you, sir. Yeah, anybody that's new here, make sure you hit one of these before you go. Also, maybe do the Dougie. If you want the Romanian AK, dude, you're going to get both of those guns for like just about 2K, dude. That's not much. 2K for two great guns? Fuck you, Hoovy. Favorite gun on the wall would have to be my STI Grandmaster tonight, Van Scott. So that is it up there. I'm going to stand up. We're going to do one more walkthrough of the guns because I started 3 hours ago. I can tell you're getting tired. I am, dude. Trying to make my brain work. Also, this is weighing on my mind. So look at my crotch again. And yes, that bulge is real. And let's go ahead and take a look at these. All right. So let's start with the creme de la creme. That is an STI Grandmaster chambered in 38 scooper. 38 scooper. That is my AR-15 custom build. Ambidextrous. Franklin Armory binary trigger. Burris cantilever mount stuff. Good gun. Freedom. That's it right there. Freedom, bitches. Beretta 92 Enox Ghost. And it is pronounced Enox. Sarchmals K12 Sport, which is a Tanfolio Stock 2 clone. Tanfolio Witness, which is a CG75 clone. We're not going to make the jokes again. That is my Springfield Echelon with the Sharps Brothers aluminum lower, aluminium. SIG 229 Double Action Kellerman DAC. That is a Para Ordnance 1345. Springfield Operator in 45. Gerson Influencer X in 9mm. I like how both my guns are blacked out now. That looks beautiful. Gerson Match X in 9mm with the 1.4 at the most pound trigger. It actually is averaging about 1.2. STI Grandmaster, which I said, 38 Super. Stone's Lago Alien. I have it up there just for the night because it looks beautiful, but I am going to take that out and shoot the hell out of it. Actually, I'm going to throw it. Yeah, maybe. 229, 226 are on my pistol bucket list. The 229 is for sale. Earlier you said the Gerson X was your favorite. I said it's my favorite meme style gun because of what I did to the trigger, but the STI is my favorite gun on the wall. Arex Alpha Gen 1. It's like a 226, but not. Canic Meta SFT. Really nice. It's optics cut right out of the box. Super reasonable price. Actually goes for about the same price as the Taurus G3 Tactical with the optic. Ruger RXM brand new. How many cans of Bush's baked beans would one need? Well, the 229 is up on my website. I can't remember. If it's not up there, I think it's like $7. And a Glock 17, because you have to have a Glock, and that is one of the Glocks of all time right there. But yeah, and there's my box for my pair of ordnance. There's my smartwatch. There's one of my holsters. Hi, holster. Walked in. Good night. Y'all stay. All right, man, you too. The Match X is my favorite gun on the wall. Like you said, having a sub 1.5 pound trigger on a gun is ridiculous. Also, I've decided that all of my 2011s are going to get custom grip stippling, different stippling from Greg at Liberty, so keep your eyes open for that. The only one I'm not going to stipple is that one. However, I did find a brand new brand new STI grip in blue for like $150. So if I want to keep it blue, I might do that. Did I ever get back the SIG 226 Cerakote? No, I sold the SIG 226 to Stone. He's got the Elite. Stone has like 15 of my guns, so that's just the way it is. But yeah, kids, I think that's about it. This Joe needs to go because he's a hoe. You like the Grandmaster. So do I, man. That's why I was originally going to sell it, but I decided not to because I'm a little bitch and I love it. You miss your P14? Well, you can get a P13. It's almost the same gun. No, I got 15. Gotcha. You got 15 of your guns. Lol. Yeah, well, you know what, though? Stone's a good friend. You're a good friend. Everybody's a good friend. But, yeah, nobody's getting my Gersons. What do I think of aluminum grips for 2011s? I'm fine with it. I'm not that competitive of a shooter, so I don't really notice a difference. It's going to be my Grandmaster one day soon. Lol. Everybody talks about me like I'm already dead. Damn, Stone, save some for the rest of us. He never questions me when I give him a price, which is one of those things that people need to learn how to do. Thank you, Joe. You're a good friend, too. Thank you. I want the Match X. So the Match X comes with a very strong requirement. When I die, that's when you get it, number one. But after I die, I will be naked and stuffed in your living room with an erection. Can't even find them. Nope, you can't. Where can you get the Grandmaster? You have to buy them used. They haven't been produced since 2016. How many pounds of pressure does it take to pull the trigger on the Grandmaster? About 2.5 pounds. 2.5 to 2 3/4 pounds. Versus 0.5 pound to 1.4 pounds. So, literally, my Grandmaster trigger is twice as heavy as my Gerson. Bet you never thought you'd hear somebody say that out loud. So yes, my trigger on that is twice as heavy as the trigger on that. That is freaking ridiculous. Lol, as long as it comes with the Match X. Yeah, that's a requirement though. Almost had this on full, and I swear it was in the kitchen with my parents as you said that. Well, I'm not lying. That is a requirement. I want something like that, though. It's nice. Yeah, it's pretty. Aloha, Kens and Shar. Kens and Shar. So that's it, guys. I need to go to bed. It's been 3.5 hours. I love some of you. Some of you I like. One of you is my heterosexual life partner. Do 2011s have the lightest trigger? No, 1911s in general, they all have varying weights. My pair of Ordnance Black Ops, my carry gun is a 3.5 pound trigger. That one down, that Springfield Operator is a 4.5 pound trigger. That Gerson is a 4 pound trigger. So they can be lighter or heavier. It just takes a little bit of tuning. It's me. I'm the life partner. No, you're my lover. That is all I need from you, sir. You are going to be my lover. Anyways, that's it. If you liked the stream, hit the like button. If you hated the stream, hit the like button. If you hit the like button, then hit the like button. And if your buttons are buttoned, then you're buttoning the buttons in the button way. So I'm going to hit this X button, and then I'm going to run away. Hey, I made a rhyme. I do it all the time, and now I'm full of slime.